वासुदेवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णावपूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः अहं ब्रह्मास्मि. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you all. For some after a long time, but for some after a marathon. So last week was like crazy unfolding. But those who were there, they know what kind of craziness was going on. They could never ever thought that anything such can happen, which is called a retreat. And we will see, like, we'll pull them down at time, like what they have to say. But it's Wednesday, the day for your question and answers. So if you have any questions, please get along. So we can begin the Q&A session. And I just have to ask the people, those who attended it, did I kept my promise what I said, or we exceeded that? Suma ji, Deepika ji, Kartike, Usha ji. Revati ji, if they start sharing their experience of the retreat, no, you will go crazy. You said what you lost, you start crying. Literally. You should see their faces. All those people, those who were there, you should see their faces, and you see and you will realize. Jhansi ji, okay. Jhansi ji, please unmute yourself once.
Yeah, Jhansi ji, please unmute yourself.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Jhansi ji.
Daily hectic schedule and rushing to the school and moving here and there, and my brainstorming session with the retreat program, really it's a inexplicable great event in my life. I wrote very beautifully in my diary once, directly my diary sheet only I share in the group once. Guruji, thank you so much for, it's, I could have very sound sleep there, maybe 2-3 hours, 4 hours, whatever. Really,
you people are lucky I allowed you to sleep for 2-3 hours.
At home, even regularly also, not more than 4.5 hours I sleep. That is because of your blessings, I feel. Guruji, my question is, how can I ignite that means ownership qualities among the teaching faculty? Can you please? This is one question I want.
You want to ignite the teaching qualities?
Ownership quality. That means the teacher should feel this is my institution. I have to do best
yes.
And render my services 100%. That kind of
very good
thought. How can I ignite in their mind?
Okay. Fine. So a very worldly question, but we will take it up anyways. No problem. So there are two ways of dealing with it. One, first of all, check who has become a teacher. And majority of the cases, you will find that people, those who didn't got anything, they became teacher, kind of thing, which should be the top priority of becoming a teacher. Here, when they don't find anything, they are becoming a teacher. That means it's a forceful thing now for them.
Exactly.
That's why they are not able to do that. So how to deal with that? First and foremost thing, bring a ownership of them. How to create the ownership?
That is what
you have to bring me to your school then.
Yes, you need to take this these 40 teachers compulsory training session required for this 40
Absolutely,
members.
because what happens is the teacher, if the teacher doesn't understand the value that they are going to give, what impact it creates, it's going to be not fetching a very good result. Especially, so one thing is creating that responsibility among them, creating that ownership among them, because once you create the ownership, it is not only into teaching business, any kind of business that you do. First and foremost thing is, if they get the ownership of that, your rest of the work is done.
Yes, yes, Guru.
So, just a second. Just a second. Let me just deal this. Yeah. Okay. The second thing, the higher purpose behind it. Why are they teaching? That has to be inculcated within them. They should not be teaching for money. They should not be teaching just for because they don't have anything to do. They are doing it. No, you have to inculcate that. Like, what is the reason behind it? What is the greater purpose? See, first and foremost thing that the first foremost thing is they have to realize what they have to realize, that God has chosen them to recreate the humans. They have the opportunity not only to make them study, but to mold them. They are no less than gods,
Exactly.
but the gods have forgotten their duty. So they feel like, okay, I have to do, so I have to do. But that's not the way. There are few things that we can really put forth that can melt their hearts forever. It's about not you igniting among them. It is about they awakening to the.
Yes, yes.
Haven't we seen some amazing teachers since our childhood? We have come across so many teachers, but some we still revere. We still are connected to them. By their name, we bring a smile on our face. Right, Vidyaji? Why? Because they were not teachers. They were everything for us.
Yes.
They were standing by our side when we were crying. They were standing by our side when we failed. They were standing by our side when everybody said you are not good for anything. We were there, and they were always there with us. When as a kid, I thought of, okay, this world is not good enough. Nobody understands me. Let me end my life. Then only they will understand my value. Then there was a teacher who called me up and he said, who told you are not good for anything? The other people say. And he said, what they say is theirs. Why are you making it true by following it?
Wow.
Why are you making their statement true? Their statement is theirs. Your life is yours. So if a teacher understands the value that they are doing, the kind of service that they have to do, why they have been chosen as a teacher, what is their role in a life of a student? Now ask them, the teacher, those who don't take a responsibility, ask them, if you didn't have such a teacher in your life, then what?
Wow.
So there are many ways of bringing that quality into them. It's not that they don't have it. The thing is, doing that mundane work every single day, they miss it out. So at times you have to rebrush it.
Yes.
You see, like when you burn a fire, you remember the bonfire we had? So when you burn the fire, what happens is after sometimes the fire just goes down and the ash covers it up. So what you have to do, you just rust it off. You dust it off and it burns again. That's what happens. So you need, at times you need to awaken them again.
Few teachers, Guruji, they are bill and simply sitting, monthly getting. And even now I am working, Guruji, and I have to create target for them and a learning objective and how to create what is.
So now, so you are a bigger God then. The God who is designing the curriculum for the gods, those who are going to create the curriculum for the students. Did you feel like how it feels? You cannot complain to be a God. All that you have to do is just do it.
Yes.
Now, when you are sitting there, you are also thinking, "Arey, ye sab kab tak karungi?" Like, till how long? It's already 8:50 and still I am working for them.
And
No.
if you see my face, Guruji,
then I should ignite that question first in you.
Yes.
Because it's always a organization runs from a hierarchy level. If the hierarchy on the top management, it is not motivated, if it is not enthusiastic, if it is complaining, it just passes down. It's like a water rolling down. Okay. So first and foremost thing, you. And by the way, who are you? What did you realize in the full day meditation session you could not make it? Guru Purnima, we did
Yes.
amazing things this time. How many of you liked the drama that the kids played?
Yes, it's really.
You people saw it. The people, those who saw it live, they had a kind of experience, but the people, those who are sitting in the room, had a different kind of experience.
And Jason started calling them angel sisters. He has given the title for them.
Very good. The entire room was silent. Like they're just waiting, like what's going on. So Jhansi ji, I think when we come to your school, not only the other teachers, but you also have to sit.
Yes, Guruji. And Guruji, holistic development, I wanted to develop spiritual sense also among the students. So for
That's
that.
required. That is required, because when you create that kind of sense within them, I'm talking about spirituality, not religion.
Exactly.
Once you inculcate that, they will love to do service to others. And that's where, even in the future, might be when we are starting something else, I will pull down all your students to do some service. Because when they go into that space, when we are celebrating birthdays and all those things, we are going to orphanage and all those things, that day we will not do any work. Your kids will come and do that.
Amazing. Yes.
So they will come to know that what they have and how they should value it. And all the tips that I shared during the question answer session during our retreat, I believe like you will be passing on those easy methods to your students.
Wow. Yes, Guruji. I am required your session, Guruji, because I am totally getting exhausted. How many things sometimes am I not correctly delegating the right people, right tasks?
Might be that might be a question also. That might be a question. Now look at us. Now just think of, in the last 1 week, what kind of things we might have prepared in order to make sure all the 3 programs goes like smoothless, like no effort in that. Have you seen anywhere I struggling to do that session? Now, how did that happen?
That's well planned and
nothing was planned. Ask Haribhai. Haribhai is laughing now.
So
I only gave one paper to Haribhai with the timings at this time, this. Now Haribhai is looking into that paper and saying, when did this process happen? Actually, what was there on the paper? Nothing happened. I only gave that paper to Haribhai so that Haribhai sits quietly. No, or else, you know what he does? भाई आपने लिस्ट नहीं दिया, भाई आपने लिस्ट नहीं दिया, क्या करना है, इसके बाद क्या करना है? मैं बोला ठीक है, लिस्ट देता हूँ, दे दिया लिस्ट. Now towards the end, he is still searching. भाई ये कब हुआ? Because Jhansi ji, when you are doing any work, for what you are doing, you should be very clear on that. You know where the problem happens? The problem happens when we don't have an absolute clarity. There is a clash.
Exactly.
When you are in absolute clarity, there is no clash. For example, you went to a shop to buy something, and what will you do? You don't have a specific color to choose today. So what is the shopkeeper doing? He is bringing 3 or 4 in front of you, keeping it down and saying, now choose. And you think you chose, but it was not a choice. It was a limited choice kept by the other person because you didn't have a clarity of thought. And now out of those 4, you pick up one and you think I choose it. You never chose it. You only chose what he showed.
Ambiguity, confused, baffled situation.
Now, exactly. When buying a cloth is needs so much of precision. Now think of what kind of precision will be needed for you to be sitting at a place at such hierarchy, taking care of thousands plus students and teachers. What kind of clarity should you have? And when you have clarity, you are never strained.
Yes. Very
Bring-
much getting exhausted, Guruji. Very tired. You believe it. I am unable to sometimes.
Shall I tell you one single thing, Jhansi ji?
Uh,
People like us don't have the privilege to get tired. We don't have the luxury to fall ill. We don't have time for jumping into the swimming pool. Now, why did I say that, Sandhya ji? Is because everybody went into the swimming pool except me.
uh-huh.
So that's how it is. Because we have chosen this path, all that we can do is give our best in everything. Because now we have taken that responsibility. And that's where people falter, na? See, falling in love with anyone is very easy, but commitment, people run away at that place. And that's where the problem lies. And now you have committed yourself to your job since the age of 23 to this age, whatever you are right now. So if you have taken this as your life, you should live like that. You should live, breathe, everything for that only. And then there is no strain, there is no stress. Work will be done flawlessly even without you interfering in that. Try that and tell me if it did.
Petty salary people are working dedicatedly, and high salary people just working for bill and bill. The moment bell rings, they are running off. And 18,000 people are working dedicatedly even till 5 o'clock. And these people are just the moment who are taking 25, 30, 35.
That's called as work hazards. Because why we call that as work hazards is because in corporates we also understand that the high paying job people will always run away first because they know that we cannot replace them. Now ask Aliva ji, she's putting her hand on her head, she knows much better than that. Because they know like they are so highly skilled. किधर गया प्रणीत? वो तो torture करता है लोगों को. So when you know that आपके बिना नहीं चलेगा, what happens? Now Aparao ji said they value their time. Might be, but as per the expectation of Jhansi ji, they are not up to the mark.
Yes,
Rather Aparao ji, they might be complaining about the other teachers. Why you people are staying back so long? So Jhansi ji, you cannot count everyone, and rather than getting confused, let me give you a formula then. There is a 33% formula. Okay. 33.33, 33.33, 33.33. Okay. So that makes up to like 99.99. 100% nahi hota, 99.99% hota hai. But you have to understand one amazing thing in this. There will always be, it is not only for Jhansi ji, it is for all of us. There will be three kind of people always in our lives. There will be 33% of people, those who will always support us, whatever come. They will always be supporting us. There are 33% of people, those who you will never support you, whatever good, bad, ugly you do. They will never support you. Yes or no? And there are another 33% of people, those are sitting on the wall. Neither good nor bad. Neither they support, neither they deny. So you know what you have to do? Focus on the people sitting on the wall, not the people on the other side of the wall.
Oh.
Because they are already in the middle. If you pull them, they will come this side, and if you push them, they will go to the other side. So bringing 33% into 66% is very easy. And once you bring that 66% on your side, you are winning, you are a majority. Now all these people on the other side of the wall thinking what is happening on the other side of the wall, they will slowly climb on the wall, and then you pull them with this side again. See, that's how you convert a 33% into 99%. Not by focusing, "Arey, wo nahi kar rahe." No, you are focusing on the wrong people. Focus on the people, those who are ready to do it. First, pull them up.
So clear strategy is required for that.
Every strategy is there, and every strategy should be implemented. Yukti yaad hai na? No, so you have to do that. For the betterment of your organization, for the betterment of the students, and as well as the betterment of the teachers itself. These are required. और मुझे पता है आप तो चारों यूज कर देते हो, साम दाम दंड भेद. Okay. So Jhansi ji, focus, bring clarity in you first. Then clarity in the next level of teachers, those who are following you. Then to the ones, those who can follow you, and you will see all follow you.
A few people have potential, but they don't have skill. If they have skill, they don't have desire. So potential will skill people. How?
That doesn't work there. Those only are good words. Either I don't know anything called as a bad employee. I only believe in either there is an employee or no employee. Then you have to segregate them. If you have a rotten apple, what you have to do? You cannot clean it up so well that it will not have any problem with that.
The people who do not have the skill and what is potential can be
See,
terminated.
if there you also understand that if there is a will, the skill will be developed. But if there is no will, no skill can be given. So find for people, those who have the will, teach them, make them reach it. So I think Alivaji, we do a corporate session altogether.
Now new stuff, maximum new stuff, Guruji. That's the reason I am just.
Now you see, understand this. When you have a new staff, you don't go with a mindset, "Arey, these are new stuff, they won't understand." Go with a mindset that these are new paper. I can write anything on them. Whatever you teach them in the initial stages, that's what they are going to follow. Create your culture. And more than that, create your cult.
How can I
You should
create
have-
that? This teaching is a
Yeah, you have to
noble.
bring me. It's a full day session. How can I tell you now?
Yes, I need Guruji, required. And my sister also, she wanted to bring her teachers around 68, and this all we club together and we'll have wonderful
So
session.
प्रशांत जी, मोटा मोटी बोले तो झांसी जी क्या करना चाहते हैं जानते हो? एक डेट मेरे से लेना चाहते हैं कि कब सारे टीचर्स को लाके एक दिन सेशन होगा.
Oh, required Guruji, because it is a noble profession. If teacher is wrong, entire generation will destroy. If doctor is wrong, one patient may die, but one teacher wrong means entire generation.
Wow.
What happens? You know?
Jhansi ji, by saying that you ignited something within us, we will do something good for your teachers. So don't worry.
Please, Guruji, required Guruji.
We will fix a day. We will go and we will complete the session for them. Okay. And you should be sitting in the first row.
100%. Sure. It's
Because
my
because the person on the top should get the first beating.
Yeah, yes.
So need not worry. There are
No, daily this is even lunch also. My lunch is also lying. Oh, daily this is the polite actually.
You should ask Hari bhai. I went for this PRT training, for this police recruitment training. One fine day when I went there, and there were few people, those who were complaining that they are not able to run that fast. Okay, they are not able to reach on time. They have a cut-off time. They're not able to reach that. I said, can you give me 5 minutes? But okay. And I just made them do one simple exercise for 5 minutes. And after that, every one of them ran before time. What did you do? I said, I just put a fire behind them. That's it. It's about realizing their own potential. Nothing else is there. So it can be done, and we'll do it. So
my table, my lunch box, still it is lying over.
wow. Shall I come and wash them?
No. My lunch, I didn't have my books and all.
No, I thought like you're too busy. Shall I come down to help you something with that?
I didn't have my lunch. That's what I'm showing.
My goodness, you should not be, then you are not a good teacher. A good teacher should teach everything on time. My desk is tidy. My desk is clean. I ate my lunch at time. If you are not able to manage time, how can you teach management of time to others? And that's why I said, no, you should be sitting in the front row and you should get the hitting first.
Till I complete, I won't go home, Guruji. I'll complete this all. I
That
clutter
is
all.
called
I
as,
clean and-
that is in corporate language is called as mismanagement of time. You are losing your times, not knowing how to utilize it. And I can understand what the problem is. Delegation is the problem with you. But there is
Yes.
another beautiful soul here who has a problem with delegation called as Sripati Harikishan. But now he has improved a lot, so he's happy now.
Mm.
And earlier he was like a bull going around that okay, na Kollu ka bell. He was just like that. Now at least look at him, he is able to sit here happily. So Jansi ji,
Very true, Manaji. And that is the reason I think I improved that skill set. That is the reason I am able to concentrate in different parameters, different areas. Now, if I am not going to office for 3 months also, it's going to be like that only.
वैसे
It
last
will
कब
run.
गए थे बोलो एक बार.
Almost 7 months back.
So Jansi ji,
Yes.
third party reference to you that I'm capable enough to make your work done.
Yes, Guruji. Desperately, actually.
See, those are very different kind of things that, but those can be done. So need not worry. If you ask a help for that also, we will do that. कर देंगे. So
I have to see my, that's what Guruji, everything, accounts, ledger books, and what teachers have taught, next day what, and giving the target, timetable changing, all my, if I give to other people, I feel, are they good enough? And
Haribhai feels like your voice. Exactly feels like your voice only, na? A few months ago, a few years ago.
Guruji, give me strength to tackle every situation like that. Make
Okay,
me.
so I'm sending you a packet of Red Bull then.
Hardly I sleep for 3 to 4 hours, Guruji, daily.
By choice or by force?
That became a force only, Guruji, because
Because you
unless
have
I
not
complete
you have not understood the power of choice there.
choice
why it
only,
feels
of
like
course.
force.
No, choice only, Guruji. Yeah. It is passion. Choice or chance is the question, not here. Unless I complete, I won't go to sleep.
Wow. So do one thing. For now, you can stop and go back to your work. Or else your sleep will be detained by another 30 minutes.
Sorry. Okay, Guruji.
No, not only that, but yes, I can understand your problem in that part. We will help you with that. So don't worry. The only thing is, I fixing up the time and coming there. But if I
many
come,
points you have covered, Guruji, I could implement. I can implement it.
all are practical things that you can implement right away. Your teachers will be somebody else after I leave, you know. Chalo. So
Thank
there
you,
are
Guruji.
many. Okay, so thank you, Jansi ji. But you told many things because we have few teachers in the room right now. They are thinking, अच्छा principals ऐसे ही होते क्या? कितना काम कराते हैं, अभी भी बोल रहे हैं, अरे कुछ तो कर लो. चलो चलो Jansi ji, thank you for bringing that up, and we just touched a few bases. Still, I believe that was something to start with, but yes, we can strategically completely plan that session for your entire teachers and all those stuff. So they will be really benefited by that, because as you rightly said, if we can change the teachers, we can change the students, and if we can change the students, we can change the future.
Exactly.
So thank you so much, Jansi ji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jansi ji.
So any other corporate related questions? Or you can just jump into the other side of the wall.
Yes.
Okay,
Shivaji,
Aliva ji.
please unmute yourself.
Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev. So, Alivaji, what is the question?
Mahadev, it's a typical question, or rather, curiosity.
Great. Typical questions are always welcome, you know.
One is, the rituals that we do for our departed souls, right? Again, I don't question the religious belief, but it's just a curiosity that why is it that women are not allowed to do, because that's been there with me for a long time. That why was I?
Humans are?
No, women are not allowed to do the death rituals.
Death rituals, okay.
Of their own parents and
okay.
So in your because whatever you say is the ultimate truth for me. So that's something I wanted to check. And second is again for a wife, once she is no more, the husband will not be able to do the rituals, right? So we depend on someone else younger, and so on. But then if the husband develops this thing that I could not do anything for her, and then he starts getting maybe hallucinated, maybe gets to see her, and is there a significance to these incidents? Do we do something so that he is at peace and so on? So sorry if I'm asking.
No, it's absolutely okay. No problem. Any question is welcome. That's what I said. No. Okay. So first and foremost thing, you have already done a ritual anyways. I have made all the females also do a ritual for the departed souls. So we never come across that blame into that realm, because what we believe is we believe in the specific teachings of Shiva itself. And he says, it doesn't matter what you are. And if it doesn't matter what you are, you have the right to do anything. And when you have the right to do anything, the reason behind all these things is why certain processes are not allowed to be done. Now tell me, it doesn't comes right every time, but it always works on majority basis. Okay. When we are talking about majority basis, now tell me, what is the chance of a female getting more fearful than a male? Who will be more fearful?
Most likely a female.
Why? Because of the way she has been brought up, uske upbringing ke wajah se. But we have also seen tomboys, those who don't fear anything, daredevils. Yes or no? When we consider that there is a chance of a certain person going into those realms, getting fearful, or those kind of vibrations that are not good to you. Now understand this thing. Especially a female is a creator. And what you go into the cremation ground is destruction. If a creator has a deep impact of destruction, she will also move into that realm. And when we all have seen, if a female becomes into a destructive mode, what happens? Remember Kali?
Yeah.
What she did? Because you are energy, you are the Shakti. Once you get into that rage, stopping you is very difficult. And those kind of environments can put you into a rage. And when that rage comes into you, stopping you would be so difficult. That's why they always say, let us not take them into that realm altogether. Now, what are the chances of a female getting frenzy after looking all those things? They get. How many times you have seen that goddess and gods coming into females more than males? Have you seen that or not? माता आती है, माँ आ गई, हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है? किससे ज्यादा होता है?
Women, females.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because they are energy, and a little invocation in that, they will just jump into that space. And if they jump into that space, stopping them is very difficult. And why to go far? In this just last retreat, you saw
Yes.
what happened.
Yes.
And that was the reason I said we will not repeat, will not record anything of that. So can you see, in order to safeguard the creative process, these people were safeguarded not to go there. However, there is not mentioned anywhere that they cannot go.
Mm.
Right? But at the same time, as I said, you people are creative forces. We cannot give something in your hand that can be destructive, because a female who is taking care of the entire family, if she goes, just think of this, she goes to the cremation ground and sees what happened. The burning pyre of their beloved person, who might be, and they come back. They still have that shock in their mind. And with that shock, they start living their life. There are many people, those who have lived crying for years. But in those years, you know what you are going to do? You are going to create that kind of negativity, that kind of low environment in your family also. Because through you, you are cooking the food, and whatever you eat becomes the life for the entire family. Now, coming to a situation where you all remember in Mahabharata, when the Yuddha was over, this Bhishma was still alive. He was still lying on the arrows, right? And then everyone went. Krishna said, let's go. You should learn the lessons of goodness from him. When this was told, जब ये कहा गया, तो द्रौपदी को बहुत गुस्सा आया. Because when they all went, Drona, like Bhishma was talking about all the good things. You should do this, you should do that. धर्म के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. And when Draupadi heard that, she said, where were you when they were doing the wrong things to me at that time? Where was your, आपकी सत्यता कहाँ गई थी? आपका धर्म कहाँ गया था वो समय में? तब क्यों नहीं आपने धर्म की बात की? You know what Bhishma replied? A very amazing answer. All of you should realize that also. Bhishma said, at that time, I could not speak what dharma is. He said, why? Now, because at that time, I was eating from their home. मैं उनका खाद्य खाता था, उनके घर का खाना खाता था, जिसके वजह से even I was not able to speak about dharma. Ali Baji, please unmute. Yeah. So are you realizing that जब मैं उनके घर का खाना खाता था, तब मैं सच्चाई नहीं बोल सकता था, मैं धर्म के बारे में नहीं बोल सकता था. Then Draupadi said, what happened now? Now look at your husband. He has pierced my body with arrows, and all those blood have gone out, and all that is left is purity. So now I can speak about dharma. समझ में आया? So why did I tell you this story? This story is because what you are doing in your kitchen is going to impact the people, those who are in your life. And if you are taken into those kind of grounds, which are like very gore, you will have a very, very deep impact on you. You cannot handle that part. That is the reason. And it is only because of your upbringing. Because there are sadhakas, there are sadhikas who sit in smashan. Haven't we seen them? There have been many females जिनके नाम नहीं लिए जाते, but there have been many. So it is not about not allowing them or nothing like that. It is just a safeguarding process. So because of that, all these things were not being done. And another thing, because when you get married, you move on to another gotra altogether. And that is why, because you are not in the same gotra anymore, you are not allowed to do that. Right? But if you see, for your husband side, You sit with them and you do the tarpan, you do the pinddan. Yes or no? Why? Because you have moved to their gotra now.
Right.
Postal address changed. Got it? So when the postal address has changed, you are not, and I send a like a gift to you, it will not reach you. That's how it is. So there are many things to understand about it. People have been talking about it for thousands of years now. There is nowhere mentioned that you should not. But however, considering the well-being of entirety, you are not allowed. It is not a rule. It is done out of caution. That if something happens, and now just think of all the people went to cremation ground. And everybody came together and everybody is just crazy, crying, cribbing. Who is going to take care of the house? Just think of everybody went, and when they came back, what will happen in the house? No one is organized anymore.
Yeah.
And more than that, Lakshmi doesn't live in Smashan. लक्ष्मी स्मशान में नहीं रहती है, काली रहती है. आप कौन हो? और जब आप घर की लक्ष्मी हो तो आपको स्मशान में कैसे लेके जाए? लक्ष्मी इज ऑलवेज पुट इन ए पायस प्लेस. उसकी रक्षा करना हमारा दायित्व है, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि अगर लक्ष्मी काली बनी तो फिर शिव के ऊपर नाचेगी. So can you understand? There are so many aspects to that. So many. So that is not as a restriction, but as a respect it is done. But people think it is a restriction क्योंकि उस तरीके से implement किया गया है उसके. No, you cannot go. No, it was not. Make them understand why they should not go. हमारे रिचुअल्स में लक्ष्मी का स्थान बहुत ऊंचा है, इसलिए हम उसे कोई भी ऐसे स्थान पे लेके नहीं जाते जहां पे द एनर्जी इज वेरी डिफरेंट एट दैट प्लेस. अलीवा जी, I can talk about it for another 3 hours, you know. But I think these are the basic things that you should understand. In Christianity, they don't have Lakshmi Devi, you know, Suma ji. How about parents with only girl children? Why not? There are ways. That's why I made you do all the rituals at sitting at home, not at a cremation ground. There are ways out. हर चीज का रास्ता है. It is. Do you remember one thing Apparao ji wrote a few moments ago? Now tell me, as a body, you are a male and a female. As a soul?
Nothing.
Nothing. So when you evolve to the level of the soul, you do it. आप शरीर से नारी हो या नर हो, मन से क्या हो, आत्मा से क्या हो, आप निराकार. Then who stops you? If you really want to do something, even for your ancestors, but as an Atman, even if you talk about your ancestors, you should laugh at yourself. What
Yes.
ancestors?
Yeah.
Can you see, when you are realizing yourself, all these rituals, everything goes aside. एक तरफ हो जाता है वो सारे चीजें. So, but as we are here, there are certain kind of rituals. It is not that it doesn't work. This helps. Because on the day I was talking about the food, we elaborately discussed about all these things. So, as a girl child, you can still do something for them. What is the best thing you can do? You know what? Might be very difficult to digest. Shall I tell?
Yes.
You should not cry. You should not cry. Rather, you should allow them to be in a space wherever they are, in the most profound space, and you should pray for them that may you reach that space. Because if you cry, there is still a pull. Now just think of, you are about to go somewhere very urgent. Your child is crying. How do you feel? Feels great, right? Then, so you want them to pull them down into a space where they don't belong, they belong to a higher space, and by crying you stop them?
No.
No, let go. Let go. Someday you will also be let go. That's the truth. So Alivaji, tell me why you should not go, why you should not do. You can go, you can do. No issue with that. And the best thing that you can do for your parents, pray for them. Do whatever you can. There are so many rituals that we can do. Do it. Go and ask a person who really knows. They will tell you 1,001 things that a female can do for their parents. You have never explored that area. And if you explore that, you'll find a way out. Okay? So does that answer your question?
Yes, Mother.
Chalo. Thank you. Thank you so much, Alivaji.
Thank you, Mother.
Thank you. Thank you, Alivaji. Amarji, please unmute yourself.
Amarji again will take us to the same place.
गुड इवनिंग मानस जी,
Good evening, Amarji.
कैसे हैं सर?
देख लो सामने बैठा हूँ.
बस दो चीज था. एक तो सॉरी बोलना था, आपको जड़ी बूटी देना था, मैंने पूरा बन ही भेज दिया, अरण्य भेज दिया, तो आपको शायद टाइम नहीं मिला रहेगा देखने के लिए.
नहीं नहीं, you know how the work was there for the last week, so this
I
week,
know.
so don't worry, जड़ी बूटी भेजो या पहाड़, हम उसमें से ढूंढ ही लेंगे.
हाँ, तो वही बोलना था. दूसरा, आई थिंक जस्ट टू टेक द अलीवाजी's क्वेश्चन लिटिल बिट फर्दर.
हाँ,
तो मैंने पहले भी सुना था, पढ़ा था भी है, जानता भी हूँ शायद, कि घर पे आप शिवलिंग नहीं रखते हैं या पूजा नहीं करते. उसका कोई स्पेसिफिक रीजन है क्या? वो तो काफी सारे बात तो है, बट क्या
इसका
है?
बहुत सिंपल है. क्योंकि शिव की पूजा बहुत लोग नहीं करना चाहते, क्योंकि शिव को देखते ही वैराग्य आ जाता है. और अगर घर में रख के शिव की पूजा करते हो, घर में ही वैराग्य आ गया तो क्या करोगे?
नहीं, तो वैसे तो शिव का मूर्ति रख के करते हैं, मतलब फोटो तो रखते हैं, बट शिवलिंग नहीं रखते.
हाँ, शिवलिंग नहीं रखते, क्योंकि शिवलिंग में इट स्पेसिफाइज अ पर्टिकुलर एनर्जी. वो फोटो में क्या है, कम से कम फोटो में दिखता है कि ओके पार्वती साइड में है.
करेक्ट. नहीं तो इंडिविजुअल
ये इंडिविजुअल है, ये इंडिविजुअलिटी वर्क्स. इसीलिए मैंने हरि भाई के घर में भी जब गया था, उनको वो भी बोला था कि इट इज नॉट ओनली अबाउट शिवलिंग, इट इज ऑल्सो अबाउट गौतम बुद्ध पिक्चर दैट यू आर हैविंग एट योर होम.
वो तो बहुत ही कॉमन है. आई थिंक किसके घर पे भी जाओ तो उनके रहते हैं गौतम बुद्ध की फोटो.
वैसे भी कॉमन कितना फाइटिंग है, घर में जाके देख लो.
सही बात है. यू आर राइट.
बिकॉज यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द रीजन बिहाइंड इट. आप कुछ भी लगा देते हो, राइट?
करेक्ट.
तो उसके वजह से. लेकिन शिवलिंग नहीं रखने का कारण एक है. देखो, जो शिवलिंग रखते हो, इट हैज ए सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी टू दैट. इट डजंट रिक्वायर मेंटेनेंस,
हाँ, करेक्ट.
it needs certain kind of sanctity in it.
तो हर दिन दूध चढ़ाना होगा, हर दिन कुछ पानी,
ऐसा नहीं. वैसे तो कई सारे लोग शिव के ऊपर आंख भी चढ़ा चुके हैं. Their own eyes they have put on that, including
Correct.
Vishnu also, right?
हाँ.
So that's not the case here. The thing is, shivling of a certain height can be kept. Not only shivling, any god or goddess, एक ऊंचाई तक ही आप अपने घर में रख सकते हो. उसके ऊपर हो गया तो उसकी भव्यता बढ़ती है, उसका देखभाल करना बढ़ जाता है, उसकी रिचुअल्स बढ़ जाते हैं, जो कि आप शायद एवरीडे नहीं कर पाओ. दैट्स द रीजन. नहीं तो बताओ, शिवलिंग तो जंगल में भी पड़ा रहता है, कुछ भी नहीं होता, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा?
और जो स्वयंभू शिवलिंग तो ऐसे 100 साल पड़े रहते हैं, और उसके बाद
इट डजंट मैटर. सो इसीलिए इट इज नॉट दैट यू कैन नॉट पुट ए शिवलिंग. ये कहीं ना कहीं से एक ये उठा है. You remember, Amarji, few years back, on TV, there was a news where the priest of the temple was complaining. It was in Delhi.
Okay.
क्या हुआ, किसी बाबा ने कहा कि घर में कोई शिवलिंग नहीं रखना चाहिए.
हाँ.
अरे सारे लोग लाके कहाँ रखे ना, सारे लेके मंदिर में दे दो. Everybody came to the shivling into the temple and that priest was saying, what's going on?
Right.
एक बात बता, इतने साल तक शिव आपके घर में थे, कुछ नहीं हुआ, अब अचानक से बाबा ने कहा और सब बदल गया.
वो चेंज करते ना, जैसे वास्तु में बोल देते हैं तो चेंज कर देते हैं. लोग भी ऐसा बोलते हैं कि आपका पूर्व पुरुष मतलब पिता परम पिता, उनका फोटो भी नहीं रखना चाहिए. मतलब आई डोंट नो, सम पीपल से आल्सो यू शुड नॉट कीप देयर फोटोज. पता नहीं
क्यों नहीं रखना चाहिए,
बट रखते तो हैं सब लोग. मैं तो रखा हूं मेरा पापा का फोटो.
हाँ, तो उसका नहीं.
Manas ji, what is the recommended height to keep घर पे रखने
12
के लिए?
इंच, 12 इंच के नीचे तक रखो. 12 उंगल देख लो आपका, 12 फिंगर्स, 4 4 8 4 12, इतना. ओके, if this much is it, that is enough.
फोटो या
नहीं रखना चाहिए.
फोटो या मूर्ति?
मूर्ति.
फोटो में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इट इज अबाउट अ विग्रह दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. और वैसे भी आप लोग जो विग्रह रखते हो उसमें क्या होगा, आप प्राण प्रतिष्ठा कराते हो उसकी?
नहीं.
या फिर क्या फायदा है, वो पत्थर ही है. तो उससे प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता. आपने देखा होगा, मेनी पीपल कीप मेनी काइंड ऑफ इमेजेस. कहाँ पे क्या रखना चाहिए वो भी नहीं पता, लगा देते हैं बस.
राइट.
अच्छा लगा लाके लगा दे. इट शुड नॉट बी लाइक दैट. Everything has a rule regulation. Why there is a rule regulation? Because of the kind of frequency and vibration that image will create in that area. जैसे आपने पूछा कि पिता पर पिता का फोटो नहीं लगाना चाहिए.
करेक्ट.
एक सर्टन डायरेक्शन में लगाया जा सकता है. बट व्हाई इट इज नॉट केप्ट इज, कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि आप उनको देख देख के बार बार उनकी याद आए और बार बार आप रोते रहो. यू आर क्रिएटिंग ए नेगेटिव एनर्जी इन द फील्ड.
ओके.
दैट इज द रीजन दे सेड डोंट कीप ए फोटो देयर. नहीं तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा, आपका अटैचमेंट नहीं है तो किसी का भी फोटो लगा दो ना. Because what I see is Jesus Christ got crucified once. Our gods are hanging everywhere.
Right.
हनुमान कहीं गाड़ी में लटक रहे हैं, गणेश जी तो कहाँ पे भी बैठ सकते हैं.
नहीं, वो तो बोलते हैं ना उसको, मतलब असम्मान हो जाएगा. यू विल डोंट डिसरेस्पेक्ट दोस.
तो समझ में आ रहा है ना. सो दीज आर वेरी सिंपल स्पेसिफिक थिंग्स. इसके पीछे बहुत बड़ा साइंस का कुछ है ही नहीं. लेकिन उससे बड़ी बात, इट इज नॉट अबाउट व्हाट यू हैव एट योर होम, इट्स अबाउट हाउ यू आर डीलिंग विद देम. आपकी भावनाएं कैसी है उसके तरफ. इफ यू कैन हैव कंप्लीट डिवोशन टू दैट, आपके घर में स्वयंभू प्रकट होगा.
इन लोगों का जिसके घर पे छोटे छोटे मंदिर रखते हैं, तो उनके घर पे 12 इंच से तो ज्यादा है लोगों का. मूर्तियां मैंने देखे कई लोग, उनको लोग हर दिन पूजा करते. पता नहीं,
तो वो उस तरीके की पूजा भी करनी पड़ेगी उनको. अब रेवती जी को पूछ लो, उनके तो सारे मंदिर के देवताओं को बदल दिया हमने.
वो साक्षात देवी है, तो उसके लिए कोई प्रश्न.
यही देखो, धन्यवाद. सो अमर जी, दीज आप रख सकते हो, ऐसा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट ऑल दैट इज नीड इज, भगवान को कुछ नहीं चाहिए. शिवलिंग के ऊपर पानी चढ़ा दे तो भी वो रहेगा. देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम इन दैट. बट पानी भी नहीं चढ़ाते.
हाँ, लोग ऐसे रखते. और घर पे कहीं ताला चाबी लगा के 1 हफ्ता 10 दिन चले जाते हैं बाहर, तो तभी तो नहीं हो पाएगा फिर.
ओके,
थैंक यू.
थैंक यू.
पूर्व पुरुष का फोटो भी सही सम डायरेक्शन में रखना चाहिए. कोई डायरेक्शन आप बताएंगे?
यस, यू शुड ऑलवेज फेस टुवर्ड्स द साउथ.
अच्छा, टुवर्ड्स द साउथ.
ओके,
थैंक यू.
Thank you, Amar ji. Revati ji, please unmute yourself.
So,
Pranam.
Revati. Revati ji, hope your gods have stopped moving.
Not moving. Today I saw a squirrel in my temple.
Squirrel?
There was a squirrel.
Wow, amazing, right?
It came from the window, went to the...
He was too influenced by our story, I believe.
I don't know. I wanted to take a picture or a video, but it went away by the time I saw it.
It came to remind you.
What does the squirrel remind of?
Squirrel reminds of so many things. You remember the story of the squirrel and the family of squirrels that came and lived. One person grasped it, put it. The 9-day story.
Oh, I'll remember it, but maybe after some time.
Okay, no problem.
Guruji, what I wanted to ask you is, you really changed my temple, like you told Amarji, that my temple is changed. You've answered the question, because I was actually put up my hand to ask you, because my shivling is so small. So it just
Yeah,
not.
I believe like
I called you from the shop, remember, to ask you whether I can buy it or not. I can take it home or not.
see
Very
you always feel more love towards cute things, right? So cute gods.
Yeah, they're all
It
cute.
looks great, right?
Yeah, they look very nice together.
So when you look at them, you feel happy. What are you creating? You are creating happiness. And when you are doing the puja along with that happiness, you do it. ये देखो शिवलिंग रखो या तो एक बार छोटे बाल किशन का रख दो, लड्डू गोपाल का. आप देखना लड्डू गोपाल को देखते ही आपका मन पिघल जाएगा.
Yeah. And as you were mentioning about the 12 inches and all that, you remember I had to give my
हाँ, Durga Ma.
Durga Ma to the
Can you
temple.
see, she went and she gave you so many.
15 inch, it was more than 24 inches. I don't know why I had such a good big murti in my house. I really don't know.
She
And
wanted
not
to be
one,
there for some line.
no, not one, but three.
Wow,
In two of my
amazing.
offices and one at home. I had to give it to all three different temples. So this shivling is okay, right? I
Yes,
put
yes.
my hand for that only.
Absolutely. No
What
issue
is the
with it.
perfect way of worshipping a shivling?
Perfect way?
Hmm?
Wow. Perfect way is the
Water, milk,
perfection of not process, perfection of mind.
then it's okay. Then I'm right. Then I'm good.
Yeah. So there is nothing called as a perfection in any other way of doing a puja rather than being perfect in the space where you are. When you are doing a puja, what kind of mindset do you have? You see, generally what happens is, Revati ji, we are doing a puja. Now, why only puja? Whatever we are doing, you see what we do is we are focusing on one thing right now, but within a fraction of a second, we are in the past or the future. So we move out. And what does shivling indicate? Shivling indicates absolute presence right now. And you are looking at absolute presence right now, but thinking about the past. What are you doing?
So just
You are missing out.
Yeah.
So that's why if you are continuously missing out, Shiv ji ka jo murti hai na, you can do one beautiful thing with that. Chota sa shivling hai ghar pe abhi. So uske upar you a tripund is drawn and there will be a center there. Either there will be an eye or a dot. Why don't you do tratak with it? You know what will happen? It will create an amazing response back. Rather than doing a point on the wall, sit with that shivling and do the tratak with it. You will experience like something is opening in your third eye. Do that and let me know if it happens or not.
This is when I'm doing my morning puja, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just sit there for 5 minutes, look at it, gaze at it completely like doing tratak. Nothing doing, just look, get connected with that. You will connect with the resource, the source itself. And within some time, you will see that shivling vanishing and something else happening to you.
Definitely good.
Just try and you see what happens. मैं वही कहता हूँ ना, अगर त्राटक करना है तो because people might not be ready with that. Absolutely, Amarji, that is the way you should go to a temple. शिवलिंग के ऊपर जाके पानी चढ़ाते हो, दूध चढ़ाते हो, फिर भाग जाते हो. No, sit there, do a tratak with it. Because in other temples you go, हमको पता है, we have learned the way that this time I am not looking at it, that is looking at me. That's what we have learned, right, Prashant ji? ये समझ में आ गया, and that has so much of impact. But शिवलिंग के ऊपर वैसा कुछ है नहीं. Then शिवलिंग कैसे देखा मुझे? Now you sit there, connect with the tripund there, with that dot or the eye that has been drawn. उसके साथ कहीं पे भी जाओ. संध्या जी पक्का आप तो करोगे क्योंकि आप तो हर रोज एक दिन 2 दिन में पहुंच ही जाते हो. So go there, sit there and do that tratak with it and let me know what your experience is. It is so amazing, Revati ji. You will say, why didn't I have told you earlier? I will only say one thing. Jab samay aaya.
Yeah.
So
Thank
go. Okay.
Thank you.
And just now think of you going to Kedarnath or you going to Triambakeshwar or you are going to Kasi Vishwanath. You are sitting there and looking and just doing a tratak with Shiva.
I am every day nowadays thinking of going to Kedarnath and Badrinath. I don't know what's with me. You
have gone crazy. That's it.
You know that there's, I think everybody is hearing that song also. that Har Har Shambhu by those two, that Panda and that
That is
girl.
not Panda, that is Panda.
Panda, sorry.
Okay,
And-
she looks like that one, I
yeah,
believe.
Alibaji, don't laugh, huh, because I know she's from your state. I'm very close to your state, so yeah, so beautiful. No, that voice is just mesmerizing. I mean, I hear that it's very often. So वही सब temples आ रहे हैं ना वहाँ पे, so background में. तो बहुत जाने का मन करता है. I think we should all plan a trip to go there.
Wow. Sure. It is already there on the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Revati ji.
Thank you, Revati ji. Manaji, is there any specific direction you need to keep Shivling? Because along with Shivling, there is Nandi also.
Yes.
So what should be the direction exactly? I mean, I was thinking
Same
of-
as any god that you do it. You should always be facing towards especially if you are doing like Shiva or any kind of other goddesses, especially Kali, if you put it, it has a very different direction. 10 महाविद्या काली इन लोगों के लिए मुख अलग होता है, लेकिन शिव का बाकी लक्ष्मी नारायण जितने सारे हो गए, दे शुड बी फेसिंग वेस्ट, यू शुड बी फेसिंग ईस्ट और नॉर्थ ईस्ट. इसलिए ईशान कोण में बनाया जाता है ना मंदिर को, so that when you create a mandir on the ईशान कोण, they are looking towards the west. You are always looking towards the east and northeast to do the puja. कारण क्या है? शिव शक्ति उधर ही है. It's the energy source place, जहां से energy flow होता है. That's why it is kept in that direction. Okay. And if you are facing towards the northeast, you know why northeast? Whatever mantra you do, it becomes more magnetic by doing it towards the northeast facing. उसमें एक अद्भुत सी आकर्षण आ जाती है. But east is good enough. If you are able to do it northeast, nothing like that. कल से प्रणीत अपना चेयर घुमाने वाला है. पहले पूजा तो शुरू करो.
Thank you, Manaji.
Thank you, Haribhai. I think Kamlender ji raised his hand, or was it accidental?
Yes, Kamlender, should I unmute you? Yeah. Yeah, Kamlender ji.
प्रणाम गुरुदेव.
प्रणाम. Sorry.
एक्चुअली शिवलिंग की बात चल रही थी तो इसीलिए मैंने हाथ रेज किया था.
मतलब सब दीवाने हो चुके हैं महादेव के, नहीं?
गुरुदेव, मैं तो करीब 15 सालों से शिवलिंग की पूजा कर रहा हूँ घर पे.
वाह, सुपर.
तो मेरे इस साइड के हैं, अंगूठे की साइज के हैं. और एक तो मैंने आपको जो इस बार दिखाया था जब महाशिवरात्रि पे आया था पराड वाला.
हाँ जी.
तो उनके दोनों की कर रहा हूँ मैं तो. खैर तो है, मेरे को तो कभी ऐसा महसूस कुछ हुआ नहीं, सिवाय इसके कि भाई सब संतुष्टि हो गई है. जो मेरा अभी लास्ट टाइम आपको एक मैंने मैसेज डाला था,
योर रियलाइजेशन
या लास्ट एक्सपीरियंस जो रहा, लेकिन अब क्या हो रहा है कि बहुत गैप के बाद में कोई एक्सपीरियंस आता है. तो बीच में मेडिटेशन काफी टाइम के लिए छूट भी गया था जो सर्जरी हुआ था उसके बाद में. तो अब जब आता है तो मतलब काफी टाइम बैठना भी पड़ता है, लेकिन ये है कि 3-4-5 दिन के बाद में कोई रियलाइजेशन कुछ मिलता है. अदरवाइज तो बिल्कुल ऐसे ही जैसे बैठ गए मेडिटेशन करने शांति से, बस वही होता है.
still don't get connected with that. वहां से भी मत अटको, because there are specific steps where all these things will happen. Initially you'll have very much. Just remember this: when you went for your first job or first business and money started coming in the first time in your hand, how did it felt? Amazing, right? After that, same salary coming for a year,
नॉर्मल हो गया बस.
ये like क्या है, बढ़ नहीं रहा, कुछ नहीं, कंपनी चेंज कर दो.
बिल्कुल सही है.
Is it not? So what you happen is our mind is something, it always needs more. And that's how the creation process continues to be growing every moment. So whenever it tries to need more, it also creates a vacuum. Arey kuch nahi ho raha hai, dekh. But it is part of a process. Not only this, Kamlender ji, for certain people you will have so much of irritation sitting and doing that. That is also a process. You will be
नहीं,
so
मैं तो
irritation, like you will feel like running away from that place, but don't run.
नहीं, मैं तो सर उसको एक पतझड़
अब
मान के चल रहा
अब
हूँ कि
बताओ,
पतरा चल रहा है अभी।
कमलेंद्र जी याद है ना महानिर्वाण में वी
हम्म,
ड्रॉ ए सर्कल, आपको
Yes.
पता है वो सर्कल क्यों बनाया गया है?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
So that the outside energy doesn't come in, and that when you feel that irritation, you don't run away.
बिल्कुल।
बंधन में आपको भी डाला गया है, because I know what you are going to go through. क्योंकि मैंने कहा है लॉक खोल के नहीं जा सकते, विदाउट ओपनिंग द लॉक यू कैन नॉट मूव. इरिटेशन हो जो भी हो, बैठा ही रहना है.
एब्सोल्युटली।
हाँ, पता है ना, वो स्तंभन की क्रिया है. नहीं तो मुझे पता है आप लोग भाग जाते फिर, अरे ऐसा क्यों हुआ बोल के, आज नहीं करता. बट हमको पता है कहाँ फिसलोगे आप, इसलिए पहले ही बांध देते हैं.
नहीं करता वाली पोजीशन तो कभी आई नहीं, इवन जब बेड पे था तब भी.
लेकिन
कुछ भी
आएगा
करता
आएगा
जरूर था।
कमलेंद्र जी, वो भी आएगा.
अच्छा।
अभी देख रहे हो आप, यू हैव स्टार्टेड क्वेश्चनिंग कि पहले जल्दी होता था, अभी जल्दी नहीं हो रहा. वो क्या करेगा ना, और डिले करेगा. एंड व्हेन द मोर एंड मोर डिले हैपेंस, यू विल सिट देयर एंड स्क्रैच योर हेड, व्हाई इट इज नॉट हैपनिंग नाउ. देन व्हाट हैपेंस, द इरिटेशन ग्रोस. That is part of the process, and that's why पहले ही हमने बांध दिया है, you cannot run away. अच्छा करे ना.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। अच्छा गुरुदेव, एक आपने वो करवाना था 16 अशुद्धियों के ऊपर एक सेशन.
ओके, 16
अशुद्धियां मैंने
अच्छा,
पूछा
16
था एक बार.
ओके ओके ओके, ठीक है. ओके, विल डू दैट
प्लीज.
ओके, थैंक यू कमलेंद्र जी. दीपिका जी.
Deepika ji, please unmute yourself.
Pranam Mahadev.
प्रणाम.
Mahadev, actually, when Alibaji was asking, I had so many other questions in my mind, but one major thing is in my mother-in-law's house, there is a picture of her daughter. She passed away when she was 9 years old, but till this date, my mother-in-law prays to her literally like if she's a goddess. That's her emotional part, that's fine, but she actually puts food as a naivedyam to her, and she tries to give it to my son. So I'm really not sure. Many people told me that that's not the right way to do. It's not good for anybody to consume that food.
Okay.
So I just wanted to hear it from you.
Okay.
I requested her many times to not do that.
Okay.
So
okay, Deepika ji, I got it. Because you look at a photo of an image of a person, and now the Navidya is being given to that and given to a boy. Right?
Yeah.
So that is the issue right here. No, you can do one thing. Create it as another form of it. It's not the image of a person out there. Look at what they must have become right now. Even the same image, if you look at it as a god or goddess from your side also, how do you convert a food into a prasad? Despite not taking it to in the temple, not putting in front of the god itself, when itself it is coming in front of you, you are still able to convert that food as a prasadam or not. Every one of you who are here sitting, you know, when you sit, you pray, and there after that you eat it. Yes or no? You eat it after praying it. Why do you pray? By praying, prayer has a vibration. With that vibration, you are changing the vibration of that food. So now when a naivedyam is given to you, don't put another kind of vibration into that other people said it should not be consumed. So what you are doing, you are again changing the vibration of that, and it will always obviously have a of impact on the other kid. Rather than take into your hands, not as a naivedya of any other photo, take it in your hands and pray for your God, and then give it to your kid. What is the problem?
Okay.
You change the frequency of that, the vibration of that food again back to where you want to it. You hold it in your hand and you say, whatever this is, I offer this to my Lord. My Lord, take care.
Okay.
So there will be no fight. There will be no negativity in your mind also.
Okay.
So always choose to be on the side of God, with the power of God. You remember that small little girl running in the forest, and she tried to lift that branch.
Yes.
And the father said, you have not used
your full potential.
Ah,
And
so
he
that's
comes
what
and
you have
helps
to
her.
do. So that small little kid in the jungle right now, you cannot fight with everybody, right? So what do you have to do?
I don't have to fight, but I told her like not to give it to him. She usually gives it away to somebody else, but she does it with my father-in-law's picture now. Like she does it.
So change it.
That same kind of thing. Yeah.
See,
Okay.
you moving into the realm of spirituality should change something, right?
Okay.
Take your food, hold in your hand, and just change its proportion,
Mm-hmm.
and then give it to your kid, and it should be the most amazing thing that you ever give.
Okay.
So never lose your power. Your power should be yours.
Okay.
And you have gone through so many processes, so many things, so many jobs. You must be having certain vibration within you also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mahadev. Sure, Mahadev.
Okay. So anything else?
एक और था, like my son, he keeps asking me for a shivling actually. He is absolutely crazy about Lord Shiva, and I don't know.
We
Right
saw
from
him in the
childhood.
last 2 days. We also experienced the same thing.
So he actually always asks me for a shivling. I didn't know the right way to worship, so I never got him one. So he found a method. He used to make it with ice, and he used to use it. But even last time when we went to Tirupati, he was asking for a shivling. So I just wanted to check with you if I could get him
Do one thing. Get him a small Spatik shivling.
Spatik. Okay.
Okay. Because Spatik will be not of that high frequency. So he can even do his puja the way he wants to do it. And it is a good energy for house also.
Okay. Okay, Mahadev. Okay. Because that's the problem. He doesn't really understand that he has to take a bath. He should
you know
be clean
what?
and then go
No, all these rules are created by all the people, those who thought. He doesn't think he is a pure soul. Whatever he does, Shiva accepts. You remember what he said to you when he came running towards and sat on the same seat, and you said you should not be sitting there. And what he said? He said he loves me so much that I can sit by his side. Now tell me who can dare to talk like that? I said that's pure. That's purity at his heart. And that should be a space for every one of us. You say like he's in a space like he will not understand everything. I say spirituality is all about that. We're reaching to a space where we don't put logic into play. We just be with God.
Okay.
उसको देख के तो लगा अगर आप थोड़े उसके जैसे हो गए तो मेरा काम खत्म हो जाता. No, you bring logic into everything.
क्या करें महादेव, बचपन से ही ऐसा था कि ऐसे मत करो, वैसे मत करो, ऐसा करोगे तो पाप लग जाएगा.
हाँ, वो तो एक है. बेचारे भगवान को कितना विलेन बना के रखा है आपके जीवन में.
हाँ.
The most lovable thing in this world has been become the most fearful thing in the world.
Because there are people who question me like, don't you even know to tell to your son that he has to take bath before touching temple? He's coming to our house and touching our temples, which I don't really like.
Where does Shiva sit?
That's what I told them, that I don't mind.
जो स्मशान में बैठता है उसको आप नहा के जाके पानी चढ़ाना नहीं. वाह. You see, Deepika ji, the problem here is, you know what is right, what is wrong? What is right for me is right. There is nothing called as a right or wrong. जो मेरे हिसाब से सही है वही सही है. And based on my जो मुझे पसंद आता है उसके हिसाब से. मैंने आज तक छोड़ दो अभी. No, I'll not go there. I'll not even go. One thing I can tell you is my great grandfather, okay, Man Govind Mishra, who was like 118 at that time. For almost a year and plus, he never took a bath. Never took a bath. But you will not find a smell, dirt on his body. He was radiant and shining much better than we look better after our makeup. मंत्र स्नान करते थे वो. Absolute अघोर. But when he does Satvik Puja, you should see him doing Satvik Puja. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking of. We are all Abhimanyus, you know what? मर रहे बीच में. पूरा ज्ञान नहीं है,
नहीं है।
आधा अधूरा लेके बीच में मर रहे हैं और कुछ नहीं हो रहा.
अच्छे महादेव.
And then what do? Unknowingly, if you even go and you just touch somewhere, your day is gone. Oh my God, I touched shivling without taking a bath. Gone.
Okay.
See, for certain processes, you should follow certain rules. But Shiva, as I understand, उसके जैसा कोई भी नहीं है. He is a god of no rule actually.
मेरा भोला है भंडारी.
Oh, you can call him anything. He is ready to take that name. So that's how it is.
Okay, Mahadev.
Not only him. People have rituals, all those things. Yes, please do the rituals. I am not saying not do the rituals, don't follow the rules and regulations. It is required. Because if I don't give you rules, you will do as you like. That's why the rules are given. You remember in childhood, they say, like, don't sit on the pillow. If you sit on the pillow, Amar ji, yaad hai na? Pillow ke upar baithoge to kya hoga? Hum sabko pata hai. They say, if you sit on the pillow, you will have some, what do you call? Kuch hoga. Like, I'm not getting the English word for that. But if you sit on the pillow, but what was the reason that they say, like, if you sit on the pillow, you'll have something and it will fill with pus and all those stuff. Why did they say that? अरे पिलो के ऊपर बैठोगे तो पिलो खराब हो जाएगा. बच्चों को बोले तो नहीं सुनते, डराना पड़ता है. You have to make them fearful with that, and that's why they say don't sit on the pillow. Now even on the sofa that I'm sitting on a pillow. What is happening? Nothing. So inculcating all those simple things into life, we are made to become a customary things every time. Absolutely, Amarji. Many. अब याद दिलाए तो अभी कितने हैं? Now your sometimes you go, your leg touches something, and then you say what? In our culture, in Odisha especially, if you go, they do like this. Vishnu करते. प्रणीत देखा है ना इमन कैसे करता है? हाँ, तो 3-4 बार करता है वो. Why? At least even by fault, even if you touch something, in that moment also you remember God. Can you see how beautiful it can be? When you are doing a fault, you are not focusing on the fault, you are focusing on the God. Tell me what is a better way. I think that's beauty. And all these things that makes you come closer to God should be followed. Why not?
Okay.
So, Suma ji, Deepika ji, any more questions from your side? She wrote something, I missed it.
Okay, Mahadev.
Anything else? Please go ahead.
No.
So what will you do from here on? You know how many people appreciated Tanmay? Till date, people are still saying to me, they have met one of the most amazing souls ever. Now tell me, what should I tell them? What should I tell them?
I don't know.
So accept what people said.
Definitely I'll accept it.
So thank you for bringing him along with you.
Thank you for letting me bring him, Mahadev.
Okay.
Thank you, Deepika ji.
Okay. Thank you, Haryana. Thank you so much.
So Sumaji, what was your question there? You typed something, it went off. Something falls from your hand, breaks. Sometimes when the idol falls from our hands and breaks, or the photo which we have tears, and what happened to the message? Again, I have to search.
Yes, I have unmuted you, Sumaji.
Yeah, Sumaji.
No, please highlight.
No, I didn't got the complete question. That's why I'm asking you.
No, actually, I am sorry. No, my question is sometimes while cleaning.
Something falls and something breaks, right?
And then
Okay.
or if the photo is there and if we are cleaning it, it is because we are continuously there. And then they say like it is not good or something like that. And we are not supposed to keep it at home.
Yes.
So what should we do? Is it really like is it like a bad omen or something like that if it is breaking? Or
let me tell you a story. हरि भाई बोले इसके लिए भी स्टोरी है, बोला इसके लिए भी स्टोरी है. One fine day when Ramakrishna Paramahansa was taking care at Dakshineshwar, Kali Mandir mein, when he was there was a Krishna statue also. Okay, on that day what happened is, while the other priest was taking care of Krishna, he was decorating him, it fell down and broke one of his arm. And then they said, okay, now ये खंडित हो गया है, means it has broken, so you cannot keep. क्यों कहा जाता है कि खंडित हुआ चीज नहीं रख सकते मंदिर में? What has broken should not be kept in a temple. Then you should go and see Jagannath Puri. He is all खंडित, not complete at all. Then उसकी पूजा कैसे होती है? क्या पागलपन है लोगों की? See, they see but they don't see. That's the problem. They only see what they want to see. Now going there, when the hand was broken, they thought, okay, it has broken now, खंडित हो गया है, we cannot keep this vigraha, we have to discard it. Then Ramakrishna Paramahansa was standing there and said, where are you taking this? He loved that statue too much. He said, where are you taking it? No, it has broken, so we will pass it on into the water. He said, stop. Do you have a kid? He said, yes, I have a boy. Now, if your boy's hand breaks there, what will you do? अगर आपके बच्चे का हाथ टूट जाता है, आप उसको पानी में बहा दोगे क्या? नहीं, what will you do? No, we'll fix it. Fix it. If you can fix something, fix it. Then what should you do? If you can fix it, fix it. If it is not able to be fixed, that means the God has said, now time for something new for you. I'm sending something new. Be ready. हो गया, फोटो को चेंज करो. And more than that, you know what beautiful thing that happens in Japan? They use crockeries, right? Glass crockeries. And if a crockery breaks, you know what they do? They join it with gold fillings. They join it with gold fillings. So what broke, looked ugly, becomes more precious and more beautiful. So you have two ways of looking at it. What way you want to. If your God's hand is broken, fill it with gold. He will look more better. There are gold-filled God. Earlier you were only stone, now you are gold also. But beyond certain things, okay, it is completely misshapen, it is not able to be done. Then don't keep it. Because whenever you look at that, what is your experience with it? Your experience is always, you see, your mind always goes to faults and flaws. It will always fall on that flaw. And if it is always falling on the flaw, you are not focusing on the God, you are focusing on the flaw, and the result will be उसलिए नहीं रख सकते, इसीलिए खंडित हुआ चीज नहीं रखना चाहिए मंदिर में. Or else if you can fill it with gold, now you will be so amazed. Wow, Krishna looks much better like this. Why not? But yes, especially with the paper images, it doesn't last long. With water falling on it, they start having slow holes in that and all those things. Change it. Bring another new photo. लक्ष्मी जी को बुरा नहीं लगेगा. बोले माता, आपकी सेवा अब तक इस रूप में की थी, अब इसका जाने का समय है, और एक रूप में आप जिस रूप में भी आना चाहते हो, come to me back. Why can't you tell that? You can tell them like, I have done your seva the way you wanted me to. Now you want me to give something else. Come in any form. I am ready to accept you back in my home. लेकिन पहले धवल जी, घर में जगह तो होनी चाहिए. कुछ लोगों के घर में जगह भी नहीं है, अभी इतने भरे हैं. तो भगवान घर में खेल रहे हैं. इतने मूर्तियां हो चुके हैं घर में, फोटोज इतने भर चुके हैं कि घर में खेल रहे हैं आजकल भगवान. And they keep on adding. And I feel like ये जब तक 33 करोड़ नहीं बना लेते, तब तक रुकेंगे नहीं. Just tell, I still am happy, because if you have so many things at your home, it's not a fault. I also look at it as an opportunity that you have created such a sanctum, such a sanctity at your home, that all the gods are coming into your home. You are creating a Christmas at home. If so many things are coming, can you bring that? You cannot bring it. So if they are coming, then what? That means you are doing something right. Yes or no, Kamlender ji? अगर भगवान मेरे घर में आते जा रहे, इसका मतलब मैंने अपने घर को मंदिर बना दिया है. आते जाओ, बोलो जितना आना है आते जाओ, लेकिन देखभाल करना तुम्हारा ही काम है. Okay, so Suma ji, I answered your question, or anything additional is there? Okay, please unmute.
Yeah, please unmute Suma ji.
What to do with the old ones now? Old photos. What to do with the old photos? What to do? Should we put them in the river, flowing water?
Yes,
something?
if it is an old photo
Hmm.
which has holes and all those things, it is misshaped, misformed now. छोटी सी पूजा करो उसकी, क्योंकि हमने प्राण प्रतिष्ठा तो नहीं की, but fold your hands and just tell them that all these years you have been along with me. Your blessing was always there. Might be in this form of a paper also, you are still blessing my house. But now I believe you have decided to depart. But if you are departing, it's your duty to come back to my home in any form that you want. I am ready to accept you back. And then take it and afloat it in the water. और जल में ही छोड़ना चाहिए, उनको खाली जगह पे नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए. These things should always and always be taken into water body, not like under a tree. Or I have seen so pathetic, like people take it, throw it at them like under a tree, nobody's taking care of it. And I remember, like I was talking about, like we have these incense sticks, अगरबत्ती की धूप अगरबत्ती की लाते हैं, उसके ऊपर पूरा भगवान के फोटो लगे हुए. उसको यूज करने के बाद क्या करोगे आप? You cannot discard it, you cannot keep it, right, Deepika ji? Then what to do? I said, don't buy. On which the photo of God is there on it. Don't buy those. So those company will also realize that why is my sale not going? Then they will do a research. Because of this, the sale is not going. They will change the photo automatically.
I put them in the water, so it's fine, right?
It's good. It is good. But just think of, you keep on throwing away your gods into water. And there are other people, those who don't have a water body around you, what they will do? Especially cases with Shivji, Deepika ji, and all those people in the time zones of US and Canada, they cannot put it into the water body also. Rules and regulations. So in India, everything goes. But that's how you have to do it, right?
But it's okay, like if we keep the photos, it is okay, no issue with keeping those.
I missed it. Your voice was not very clear out there.
No, if the photo is turned some places, still if I keep it, it's not an issue, right? I can still keep it in a...
You should not. If it is more torn and anything, you should not actually. मैंने कहा ना कि anything, what does that photo or that image represent? It represents completeness. And if there is a falter in the photo or in that image, that completeness feels like, oh, it is not complete anymore. तो संपूर्ण नहीं है. What is divinity? Divinity should be absolutely complete. Right? So इसीलिए कहते हैं कि मंदिर को सजा के रखो. So that when you go there, you look at it, it looks so beautiful. It looks so amazing. आरती क्यों करते हो? जब करते हो तो you feel so happy about it. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Suma ji.
Thank you, Suma ji.
So she's going
Manaji,
to fill all gods with the gold, I believe.
Manaji, even I
Yes.
have the same question.
Okay.
In our house, we have been using gods and goddesses, murtis, since very long actually. So actually the faces got a little distorted. So they
What
are
is
in
the material?
silver. They are in silver. They are in
Okay.
Panchaloha.
Okay.
So what to do this? I mean, we are trying to change this, but how to dispose this? Should
नहीं,
I-
उसका process करना पड़ेगा because it is ये metal. Because anything that goes above copper or silver or gold, it has a different process, because you cannot throw that out into the water body
Yes.
because they come under the precious metals.
Hmm.
So in such cases, उनकी एक अलग से पूजा होके then you can mold them back into the form of silver, then again recreate with it another one. वैसा किया जा सकता है.
Okay.
Or else you can take that and exchange it with something. But उससे
Exchange-
पहले ritual है.
हाँ. क्यों बोले तो इतने साल अपन पूजा किए ना,
हाँ.
तो exchange
Because
कर सकते हैं
all
केवल।
these, it is not about the precious metals, it is the kind of vibrations these people have. These metals have. That's why gold की इतनी कीमत क्यों है? It is not only because it looks good, because of the qualities it has. Okay. So the impact that it has, you have seen like all the kings and queens, they always used to eat in that gold and silver plates. Why? That is a very good quality for your body, for your physical being. वो पहनने का reason है. यहाँ पहनते हो, कहाँ पहनते हो. There is a reason behind it. Everywhere you don't wear gold. I have seen like in South they wear gold this anklets also, whereas in our place it is not recommended to wear. Only Devi can wear it.
Even we don't wear. We wear
But I
only
have
silver.
seen people wearing gold anklets in their leg. क्योंकि वो स्वर्ण है. स्वर्ण
पैर पे नहीं
लक्ष्मी का
पहने।
स्वरूप है.
Yes,
तो
yes.
पैर में नहीं पहनते उसे. But I have seen people wearing it. So it might be cultural difference might be there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Shivji, please unmute yourself.
Shivji is doing his work and also being here. This is
प्रणाम मनोज जी।
प्रणाम शिवजी.
काफी अच्छा लग रहा है सबके साथ आज जुड़ के। मैं क्षमा चाहता हूँ, कुछ समय से मैं मीटिंग में नहीं जुड़ पा रहा हूँ।
कौन बोला आप मीटिंग में नहीं जुड़ पा रहे? हर रोज तो लोग शिव शिव ही बोल रहे
मनोज जी, एक तो बहुत एक्साइटमेंट है कि फाइनली आफ्टर 5 years आई एम कमिंग टू हैदराबाद इन अगस्त.
Amazing.
Welcome,
5th
Shivji.
August to 20th. Thank you. And I'm so excited actually कि finally in person मानस जी से मिलने का मौका मिलेगा. And actual couple of questions came to my mind listening today, मानस जी. एक तो काफी भगवान की मूर्ति मंदिर के बारे में बात हुई. तो हमारे घर पे भी there is a main मंदिर on the 2nd floor. And then my wife Shubha ने जो है किचन में भी एक छोटा सा क्रिएट किया है कि it's easier for her to offer things. But कुछ लोग बोलते हैं घर में 2 मंदिर नहीं होना चाहिए और things like that. Is there anything related to that? For me it's like peace of mind and what we feel good.
Okay.
To go ahead.
Okay. So घर में 2 मंदिर हो ना हो, घर मंदिर होना चाहिए. That's what I believe first. ठीक है. और second thing, somebody says no, like you cannot put 2 swords into one. वो एक म्यान में 2 तलवार नहीं रह सकती. तो मैं उन्हें कहना चाहता हूँ कि आपकी म्यान छोटी है. बड़ी म्यान ले लो, 2 क्या 10 भी डालो, रहेंगे. So that's how it is. So coming back to, you should not have 2 temples at your home. The concept came into picture because हर बार देखा होगा शिवजी ने आपने, very practically in our lives also. If you have 2 kids, you tend to favor one, whether you like it or not. You tend to favor one. अगर आपको नहीं लगता ना, आपके बच्चों को पूछो, वो बोल देंगे. और हर एक को लगेगा कि आप दूसरे को फेवर कर रहे हो. जैसे यहाँ सारे बच्चों को वही लगता है. मैं जब बात करता हूँ तो उनको लगता है मैं इसको ही फेवर कर रहा हूँ. मेरे ज्यादा बच्चे हैं ना, तो मेरा डेंजर्स और ज्यादा है, मेरे को ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स है. बट दैट्स हाउ इट इज. Having too many kids is a problem. You cannot focus on it. And that's why that concept came into play, that you should not be putting 2 temples at home. But if you are able to manage it, no problem with that. How can a temple at home be a problem for me? Not having a temple at home or not creating a temple in the home is a problem. मैं तो कहता हूं इतना कर दो कि घर पूरा मंदिर ही लगे. People enter into your house and they feel like, wow, where have I entered? Ask people, those who come to my home. It doesn't look like a temple. सुधा जी किधर गए? अभी recently आके गए ना. पूछो उनको एक बार. It doesn't look like a temple. It's all modernized. But if you sit here, you'll feel like a temple. पूछ लो, जितने लोग आके जा चुके पूछ लो और वो बता देंगे आपको. आ गए सुधा जी, देखो.
Absolutely. मैं तो बहुत eager हूँ मानस जी आपकी presence में बैठने के लिए. तो that would be more than temple actually. Just to have in person.
Shivji, in this last this event that we did, retreat, the things that people have gone through, the things that these people have experienced firsthand, it's not a third party experience, the first-hand experience that these people got, and what they experienced out there, they have got a glimpse of who I am. Now, earlier there was a faith, now this is a belief.
Wow.
They will say, not say, I think he can do this. They say, no, he is that.
Wow.
They saw something in that, in those 2 days. My goodness. Should have seen like what happened there. But sure, like we will plan some things like that. Because these people never expected that. And that's why it's like, welcome to my zone. Expect the unexpected.
I know.
People thought like 2 days, like
connection निकाल दिया था.
2 days they will think like will we go there and chalo, as he says, he speaks, he will be speaking something. Then we'll jump into the water pool. Then we will enjoy the ground and all that. They never knew what. You know what we did throughout the day. The processes went. Then at bonfire, people thought, oh, bonfire, enjoy. They didn't knew there was another process after that. I pulled them at night 12 o'clock and they sat till 2:30, 2:45.
Oh, really? Wow.
They only slept for 2 hours because 5 o'clock again they should be reporting back for the meditation.
Oh my God.
And I said, you people are lucky I gave you 2 hours time, or else I should have continued also. But I saw their faces, innocent faces, Shivji, like kids na. They said like, maaf kar do, क्षमा करो, आधा घंटा सोने को दो, kind of thing.
Wow.
Every single process as if it was a build-up. And Shivji, I never designed that.
Wow.
It was all in that moment. And all in that moment, every process that was done, after that, everybody was there at my feet. What was this? What was this? What was this? मैं बोला जाओ भाई अभी.
मनोज जी एक सेशन करना पड़ेगा सबके एक्सपीरियंसेस सुनने के लिए.
They ask them if they can tell their experience. कुछ भी नहीं बोल पाएंगे. They will go like zipped, because whenever they are trying to speak that, they are not able to do justice what happened to them. Right, Aditi ji?
What happened to them?
Aditi ji को पूछे तो वो रोना शुरू कर देगी. Billy, don't take me there again to that space. Because all that they saw, all that they experienced, if I have to say one word, Shivji, people talk about that they have seen God, right? Ask them. These people, those who were there in that 2 days, they didn't saw God. They touched God with their hands.
Wow.
Ask them if they can deny it.
That's so amazing.
I cannot
so
tell
amazing.
more than that. I have to keep it there. They felt their gods with their bare hands.
Wow.
And that's the kind of space I'm talking about. And that's where I said, like, at least they got a glimpse of who I am. It's not talks.
That's
You see,
so
if I
amazing,
say
Manoj ji.
something more, all these people, those who are there, will start crying again.
Oh,
Not because of emotion, because they will jump into that ecstasy again.
ecstasy again. That's true. That's true. That memory and then that space. Thank God. Wow.
So,
Wow,
but I
we
think
missed it.
no, we
but
will see. Like we'll plan
Deepika ji
some.
was there, I think.
And the place, absolutely thankful to Vinay Lata ji and Chandramohan ji, the kind of place that they supported us
Mhm.
beyond, kind of
Wow.
Yadadri is on one side, then Sai Baba temple on the other side, on the mountain and on a height, and it was just exactly the way I actually told Haribhai to be, that place should be like this, where I want to do a retreat. It matched everything.
Oh. Wow.
So
When divinity is with us,
and all
so
credit
basically
goes
things
to
fall in place. Yeah.
Vinay Lata ji and Chandramohan ji and Haribhai. Of course, we don't have to take his name anymore.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
I mean, he is the
but it was
backbone
not.
of
It could
the
not have been
Aham
possible
Brahmasmi.
without everybody's support, everybody's being there. But we just had a most amazing time. I just remembered when Preeti ji and Navni ji came, and we also went to that space another last year. But there we could not do, Preeti ji, any processes, na. But here it was all processes.
Wow.
But literally, I will just pull down somebody towards the end of this, because time is there to share it. So Sivji, even we are waiting to meet you. So just a few more days to go, I believe.
Absolutely. 7th August, I'm coming there, Manoj. I'm
7th
so
August?
excited. 7th August, I'm reaching until 20th August, I'm there in Hyderabad.
Oh, good. Shall we plan another retreat?
Oh my God.
So some people are looking at their phones. You know why, Sivji?
Ji.
To book the tickets.
Oh my God. That would be something amazing. जिस तरह से आप बोल रहे हैं अभी सब लोगों ने.
मैं कुछ बोल भी नहीं रहा हूँ, शिवजी. What all these people went, I'm even not telling anything about it. And that मैंने कहा ना, that is the reason why I don't want anything to be recorded. I don't want anything to stop me. I just want to be myself.
True.
But again, because of different kind of energies in the room, different kind of age groups in the room, I had to still control certain things about that. But still, what they reached on that day is something that they reached at least the pinnacle till this time of their experiences of life.
Wow. That's truly amazing, Manoj. Thank you for sharing this thing. Definitely. Hi guys, some of you may expect a call from me just to get and
So,
thank you. And
thank
one
you.
last question was, Manoj.
Yes.
People today also the questions came up, Alibaji and others also about about death moment and then how to do rituals and how to these things, and you brought also about the soul, we being a soul, and different aspect. Is there a technique that ultimately, like Aham Brahmasmi, the name of our group itself is guiding towards that we are Brahman. So in that space, when people go into is there a quick technique that they can connect back to their soul level, and then things will settle down for them immediately with that thing.
Okay, I will give you a quick technique right away, which actually is not a technique. You are doing it every day. However, it is not about connecting as a soul, but you are connecting as a source. You are not only connecting as a source, you are becoming the source actually, and unconsciously. That is called as sleep. Now, when you are sleeping, When you are sleeping into deep sleep, you don't have any desires left. You don't have a connection with your family. You don't have a connection to your body. Now tell me, in that state, do you even think of God?
No.
No. Then what have you become then? Do you realize? You are doing it every day. You are connecting to your source every day. That's why when you have a good night's sleep, you feel so energetic, because you connected to your source. Now, how to do that? Doing it knowingly is a process. How to do that? When you go to sleep, a very simple technique, I'm going ahead and telling it. You can do it right away today, night itself. While going and sleeping, right, that just allow your body to relax. Tell that my body is relaxing. Very, very simple one. My body is relaxing, 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 going on. Okay. And then I'm connecting to my source. Why do you do that? Because your mind is a creature of habit. And it always works on the inputs provided to it. If you provide that input that now I am going to dive into my divinity, not to a dream. So when you give that instruction, your mind is ready to give you that experience, because it is the same mind that can create a horrifying movie for you, a nightmare, or a God experience. It's the same instrument. Now, when you are giving the input to that, it means I choosing a ticket to go and sit and watch this movie today. So give it that. What will happen is it will start with as a dream, right? But you say, but when I'm dreaming, it is just a creation of my imagination. I said, very good, start there. Always start with imagination. Then what will happen? When you are doing that, slowly you will realize that in my dream, I'm experiencing all these things, but it's just a dream. Now, when you realize that it is just in a dream, one day it will happen that when you are seeing the dream, you will depart yourself. You will detach yourself from that space. When you detach yourself from that space, you are still seeing the dream, but you are not part of the dream, but you are just the observer of the dream. Now, when you're observing the dream, then also you realize that if in my presence, I can create all this, who am I? Then you go back to your source again. And when you look at yourself within, even in your dream, that minute you teach it, you just reach that space. Something amazing happens. The barrier breaks. Just like the barrier is breaking, but unconsciously. You are sleeping, you are not knowing. But when you do it knowingly, with a conscious effort and a conscious presence, because it is not an effort, it will happen effortlessly. Till to reach that space is effort. Beyond that, it's easy. So you can start with the very basic thing. It works.
Great. Absolutely. I think.
So we are all going to that
to
space, but we are not knowing it.
Yeah.
So that's how you can reach out. No problem. Easy. So most simplest of the things you can start with. Okay. Thank you, Shivji.
Sure. Thank you.
Nice to see you after so many days, and also waiting to see you in Hyderabad also.
Absolutely, Manoj. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivji. Dhavalji, please unmute yourself.
आज धवल जी शायद शिव जी आए बोल के उनका शिव निकाल दिए हैं.
Yes, Dhavalji, please unmute yourself.
Okay, so Dhaval ji went off.
Jinesh, please unmute yourself.
अपाराव जी ने कहा कि वो मास्कॉट हैं, तो वो निकल गए.
प्रणाम गुरुदेव.
प्रणाम जनेश जी.
बस गुरुदेव आभार और जो बोलो वो कहने के लिए कि thank you for everything what you have done.
You remember last when I was starting the process for this one day full day meditation, I also said that those who are not able to come, you can connect and you should experience what you experienced. Did you do that?
I tried, but Guruji, I could not get connected.
Why?
पता नहीं गुरुजी, कभी कभी
Yes. अच्छा, उसके लिए बता देता हूँ। वो पता नहीं, ये वो अरे मुझे जाना चाहिए था, क्यों नहीं गया? This is what happens, right?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं था।
Then?
बैठा, यहाँ से देखा, शांति से यहाँ से भी किया, बैठा, शांति से बैठा, ध्यान हुआ, सब हुआ, बट वो एक क्या बोलते, कनेक्टिविटी की कुछ एक
सेटल नहीं हुई।
हाँ,
ओके,
लिंक जो लगनी चाहिए, फीलिंग,
ओके,
वो पता नहीं क्यों नहीं आई।
ओके, चलो कोई बात नहीं, अगर नहीं लगा तो किसी दिन शायद सामने बैठ के लगा देंगे। और
गुरुजी कैसा था कि कुछ क्या बोलते, प्रतिकूल परिस्थितियों की वजह से इस बार ये चीज में मैं वक्त पे नहीं आ पाया, और वक्त पे डिसाइड नहीं कर पाया। हालांकि कुछ एक दयावान हाथ भी आया था जिसने मदद की, बहुत दिल से।
हाथ तो हमने भी बढ़ाया था।
हाँ, वही तो आप ही का हाथ है, लेकिन दयावान तो दयावान ही था ना, लेकिन तो लेकिन गुरुजी वो कहीं कॉन्शियसनेस में वो चीज नहीं होने की वजह से मैं नहीं कर पाया गुरुजी।
ओके ओके ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम।
आई एम maybe it is my belief or not, I don't know, but I am a firm believer कि right or wrong can be done by our बुद्धि भी डिसाइड कर सकती है, कभी कभी हमारा चातुर्य भी डिसाइड करता है, कभी कभी महिषासुर भी डिसाइड करता है, रक्त बीज तो डिसाइड करता ही करता है, लेकिन जब तक चेतना डिसाइड नहीं करती तब तक एक्चुअल राइट और रॉन्ग का पता नहीं लगता है। और कहीं ना कहीं वहां से आवाज, बुद्धि तो मान ली थी, ताबड़ तो मान दिया, चलो लालच ने भी कर दिया। खाली यही एक प्रश्न था कि रक्त बीज जब सताता है तो उसको कैसे हैंडल करना?
क्या सताता है?
रक्त बीज
जैसे सताता है। ओके, वेरी गुड, चलो उसके लिए भी कह देता हूँ। सो ऑल रेडी?
हाँ।
So there are two things. बन का सांप और मन का सांप। ओके, एक बन का सांप होता है, एक मन का सांप होता है। वन स्नेक ऑफ द फॉरेस्ट, वन स्नेक ऑफ माय थॉट्स। बन का सांप आपको डसे ना डसे, मन का सांप जरूर डसता है।
बराबर, सही बात है।
इसीलिए आपने उसे रक्त बीज कहा, क्योंकि रंग बदल बदल के आता है। It comes into many different forms and sizes, right?
नहीं गुरुजी, वो तो हो गया महिषासुर।
ओके,
रक्त बीज वो है कि जो एक बार भी गिरा तो वापस आता है, क्योंकि दैट इज आवर संचित कर्म। वो दैट इज माय संचित कर्म व्हिच आई कैन नॉट सी। आज मैं आपकी कृपा से वो लेवल पे हूँ कि अगर मैं शांति से देखता हूँ तो मुझे मधु कैटभ भी दिखता है, मुझे शुंभ निशुंभ भी दिखता है, और मुझे महिषासुर भी दिखता है। महिषासुर में वापस तीनों चीजें, तामस अहंकार भी है, राजस अहंकार भी है, सात्विक अहंकार भी है। लेकिन जो रक्त बीज है वो एक ऐसा संचित कर्म है कि वो कब जागृत होता है और कब परिस्थिति के अंदर निर्माण होके सामने आता है, मेरे कॉन्शियसनेस में मुझे ऑब्जर्व नहीं होता है। वो जब मेरे साथ कुछ भी होता है तो आई एम इन अ पोजीशन एज ए थर्ड पार्टी, आई एम सिटिंग एंड आई एम ऑब्जर्विंग कि यस सी, ये इसने अच्छी चीज बोली, इसने बुरी चीज बोली, ये मुझे ये यहाँ पे हर्ट किया, ये यहाँ पे अच्छा करके गया। सारी चीजें एक दृष्टा बन के देखने की थोड़ी बहुत पात्रता आती भी है, लेकिन एक रक्त बीज जो है वो उसके बारे में इज टोटली ब्लाइंड गेम।
सो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। वो जो बन का सांप है वो काटे ना काटे, मन का सांप जरूर काट देता है।
हाँ, बस वही है।
So what does that mean? Why do I call it as a snake? Because it is a snake which has poison also in it. A snake without a poison is no harm. But this snake also has poison. And as I said, the forest, जो जंगल का जो वन का जो सांप है, वो आपको डसे ना डसे मन का सांप डस लेता है. तो क्या करना चाहिए? जब आप सांप देखते हो तो क्या करते हो? When you see a snake, what do you do?
हम रास्ता बदल लेते.
जब मन का सांप काटे तो
रास्ता बदल लेना चाहिए.
तो मत बदलो ना, फिर खड़े क्यों हो वहां पे? The only thing is, you see, when you see a snake coming from a distance, you change your path or you run away. Similarly, you will also see that your mind is starting to play a game with you. Move out from that place. उसे मौका ही मत दो.
माइंड का होगा तो मैं समझ सकता हूँ ना गुरु. हाँ. माइंड में तो इमीडिएटली समझ में आता है. परिस्थिति क्या जब रक्त बीज आता है.
अच्छा, परिस्थिति. So look at that. Again, look at that situation. When you look at that situation, you just see as if what you are as a third person, not as the person who is in the situation. So when you are looking at just an observer of a person who is in this game and just looking at the things, you will find a way out of it. आप फंसते इसलिए हो because you are part of it now. You have become so attached to that. You remember, मैं गुरु पूर्णिमा के दिन भी वही बात कर रहा था. To a certain age of your life, you don't even remember what pain was. But after that, your body, all the pain started having. Why? Because you connected yourself to that body. After that, you have all the pain. Similarly, you have connected yourself too much with the body and mind. That's what we have been talking about for ages now. Detach. Detach and see what exactly this situation can do to me. Me means not this body anymore, not this mind anymore.
True.
So let it do what it wants to do. And you see as an observer. And then when you see as an observer, you have the power to change it.
I do agree, Guruji. Or
you do agree, but you are saying in a particular time, it is grasping you and you are not able to see that.
No. आता है तो उसका जो आगा है वो समझ में नहीं आता है. वो सेट होने के बाद समझ में आता है. थर्ड पार्टी देख भी सकते कि अभी ऐसा हो चुका.
That means, can you see you are losing your consciousness somewhere? You are not being aware at a certain place, so it is happening.
True.
So what is again, you have to work where? Not only on the situation, you have to work on your consciousness as well.
Consistent level of consciousness, maintaining it.
Now look at this. Somebody asked me today that Shiva, okay, I will connect back to your question here. शिवा जो आंख बंद करके बैठते हैं तो किसके बारे में सोचते हैं? किसके बारे में सोचते हैं? All of you. When Shiva is sitting closing his eyes, what is he doing? What is he thinking?
He in one reference he has quoted कि मैं हरि का ध्यान करता हूँ, हरि मेरा ध्यान करते.
Right. You know from where this concept came into play.
एक दूसरा रेफरेंस है जिसमें वो बोलते हैं कि मैं भी वही आदि शक्ति का ध्यान करता हूँ जिसके सब ध्यान करते.
Right. So can you see the concept? Where did this concept came from that Shiva is doing the dhyan of Vishnu or Ram? Concept कब आया जानते हो आप? This concept came when there was a fight between the Saivites and the Vaishnavas. हमेशा एक रहता था. There was always a fight there. So in order to close that fight, हमारे देखो हमारे हमेशा ऋषि मुनि जो रहे हैं, they always find the best possible way, a best way where not only the fight subsides, it becomes a powerful instrument for both.
True.
तो क्या कहा गया? तो जब देखे इन्होंने देखा कि शिव is sitting quietly. अच्छा, अगर शिव बैठे हैं, so what if I tell that he is thinking about Ram? That means he respected Ram. Vaishnavites are cold now. That
correct.
What you call as your topmost priority as the Lord of the Lords, he is thinking about विष्णु का एक अवतार के बारे में सोचते हैं, right? तो क्या हो गया? One fight is over. But there was a problem. Like then they might say that okay, Shiva is a little lower than Ram because he's thinking about it. Then what the concept came? The concept was brought that when Ram went for the war, he did the puja of Shiva. तो कौन बड़ा? Can you see they brought both the things into a same level? Now वो बड़ा ना ये बड़ा. शिव हरि का ध्यान करते हैं, हरि शिव का ध्यान करते हैं.
Hmm.
However, tell me one thing. वो राम का ध्यान क्यों करते हैं? People say because वो मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम थे. The best person who ever walked on this planet. That's why वो उसका ध्यान करते हैं. लेकिन एक बात बताओ मुझे, क्या आप किसी के बारे में ध्यान करके ध्यान कर सकते हो? Can you think about somebody and do meditation? Not possible.
Not
Why?
possible.
Because when you are thinking itself is past or future.
Correct.
In the now,
Correct.
in this present moment, either I am here or not. But if I am thinking about my past, I am thinking. It's an imaginary thing.
True.
Now, कई बार आपके साथ हुआ होगा, you are going through a video. You are right now in this present moment. But suddenly, your mind goes somewhere. And then, you come back into sense and you have to again rewind the video and watch it. हुआ है नहीं हुआ है?
हुआ है.
What happened to you? Fraction of seconds. And you missed it, and you again have to go back and press the back button and again watch what was missed. What happened to you in that moment? In that moment, you lost being in the present.
True.
So when you stop being in the present, what happened? You are thinking about your past, but your past only exists in your memory and thoughts.
True.
So what are you
It
doing? You are
doesn't
doing an
exist anymore.
imaginary thing. Now tell me, is Shiva sitting there and imagining things? Like you people
No.
say, was it a real experience or I was imagining this? Now tell me, if Shiva is doing meditation, will he sit and imagine?
No.
No, he doesn't. It's a very good,
becomes that.
amazing way of bringing people together. Yes, nothing wrong. Because if the God itself says, I am big, he is small, then what will we do? So that's the reason when these conflicts were not only resolved, these conflicts were dissolved. So that we never fight again. However, as you rightly said, when Shiva sits, he must be thinking about the absolute. Because he is still in a form. And all that he merges himself into the absolute formless and goes into samadhi. And I believe everybody would agree to that when you go into samadhi, when you go into a space of deep trance of meditation or transcendental process, when you transcend your mind and body, where are you? You are connected to the ultimate, the formless form.
Absolute.
So absolute. So if you are thinking about your past or your future, it's not the thing. So what is happening? You are losing your consciousness. Just like watching a video, you are also losing the same consciousness while in your life. तब क्या होता है? वो आ जाता है. वो कहते हैं ना जनेश जी, जिस घर में बत्ती जलती है ना, उस घर में चोर नहीं आता. The house that is lighted throughout the night, a thief doesn't enter because he thinks like somebody is there. आप अपने घर के अंदर अगर हमेशा उजाला रखो, what is ujala? The consciousness that should be burning within you. If that consciousness is always burning within you, no such activity can happen in your home.
True.
Because that thief will only enter your house when it is dark.
True.
Because it is comfortable working in darkness, not in light.
True.
And what is enlightenment? When these thieves cannot enter you.
True.
Your light is always burning. So nothing such enters you. That's where you become enlightened. So what's the secret of it? There is no secret. Already that you have said, already that you know. Being conscious of it. And being conscious of it, looking at it, it disappears. Why? Because there is no existence of it. Except in your ignorance.
True.
So go. Be conscious.
और गुरुजी कुछ और मेरे साधना के चीजें है, उसके लिए मैं कल आपको दृष्टता करके फोन करूंगा.
Okay, please message me if I am available at that time. I will take the call.
हाँ.
No problem.
I will message you in advance.
Done.
Which is a good time, evening or morning?
Every time is a good time.
No, in the sense,
you know.
No, I don't like to your some commitment just because of your benevolenceness. That I don't like to do it. That's why I'm saying.
You cannot actually. I not allow anyways. If I'm not free, I will tell you that I'm not free. As simple as that.
ठीक है गुरु. फिर कोई
Okay.
दिक्कत नहीं। ओके,
थैंक यू जनेश जी।
प्रणाम
थैंक यू जिनेश जी।
प्रणाम हरि भाई।
प्रणाम जी। सुधा जी प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ।
नमस्कार सुधा जी, कैसे हैं आप?
बहुत अच्छे हैं। जैसे अभी आपने बताया था, जैसे शिव जी ने पूछा था कि आप रात को जब सोइए तो ये संकल्प करिए कि आई एम कनेक्टेड टू सोर्स, ठीक है। तो जैसे पहले कहा जाता था कि आप मंत्र का जाप करते हुए सोइए, दोनों एक ही बात तो हुई ना।
एक ही
लेकिन
बात
मंत्र
है,
का
क्यों
जाप
नहीं?
करके, हाँ,
हो
लेकिन
भी
मंत्र
सकता
का
है।
जाप करते करते जब तक आपको नींद आती तब तक आपके थॉट्स चेंज हो जाते हैं, फिर आपको क्या करना चाहिए?
तो इसका मतलब आप मंत्र जाप नहीं कर रहे हो, आप थॉट के साथ खेल रहे हो। यू आर
मंत्र
प्लेइंग
जाप
विद द
करते
थॉट्स।
करते कर,
अभी
हाँ,
अभी तो वही बताया ना मैंने कि सम टाइम वो करते करते फिर मन कहीं आ गया, बट दैट
फिर
इज
मन
ओके
कहीं आ गया, हाँ।
टू स्टार्ट विथ नथिंग रॉन्ग इन दैट। रेगुलर करते जाओ वो सेट हो जाएगा। मैंने क्या कहा, द माइंड इज ए क्रीचर ऑफ हैबिट।
आपने एक बात अभी और कही थी कि जब ये आपका दिमाग काफी दिनों तक एक, आप जब ये रिपीट करोगे आई एम कनेक्टिंग टू सोर्स ऐसे करके सोते रहोगे, तब आपका एक टाइम आएगा जब आप उस सोर्स से डायरेक्ट जुड़ जाओगे।
आप वो सोर्स से जुड़ते नहीं हो सुधा जी, आप तो वो सोर्स बन ही जाते हो। ओके, प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
नहीं, अगर हम जाप करते हुए सो भी रहे हैं, हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि हम कहाँ तक पहुंच गए? हमें ये जानना है बस।
जिसे पता करना है उसे पता नहीं चलता है। मैंने क्या कहा, वो याद है ना, बहुत सारे लोग थे, एक मेला लगा था, एवरीबॉडी वाज कमिंग एंड नियर द सी एंड दे थॉट लाइक ओके हाउ बिग द सी इज, एंड ए सॉल्ट डॉल केम एंड टोल्ड, you remember I told one technique that you have to forget that you are even doing a job. You have to forget even what you are going to get out of it. You have to even forget that you want to reach the space. Then that space appears. When you are no more, only he is. जब मैं नहीं तो बस वो ही वो है, और जब मैं हूं तब वो है ही नहीं।
हाँ, तो इसीलिए उन्होंने कहा है, रहीम ने, प्रेम गली सांकरी जहाँ में दो न समाए, है ना गुरुदेव? इसीलिए कहा है।
Absolutely.
हमें ये पता करने की जरूरत नहीं है हम कहाँ पे हैं, वो अपने आप होगा जो कुछ होना है।
मुझे देखो, आज एक अजीब सा चीज हुआ। किसी ने मुझे पूछा था कि मैं मरने के बाद स्वर्ग जाऊं या नरक जाऊं, shall I go to heaven or hell? I said don't worry. I said why? And I said at least you have a space to go. You have a reservation at least here or there. So you should not be worrying. At least जमीन तो है, यहाँ पे जमीन नहीं खरीद पाए, एक्चुअली भगवान ने एक हेल में या हेवन में कहीं तो जमीन दिया है, उसके लिए खुश हो जा। So वो मेरा काम नहीं है। It's not my work to worry about कहाँ मिलेगा, क्या होगा। I am happy that God has created a space for me somewhere. And that is enough for me. मुझे उसके ऊपर इतना भरोसा है। So वो किधर रखना है उसके मर्जी है, मेरा नहीं।
वो उसकी मर्जी है, बिल्कुल। बहुत अच्छा गुरुदेव। एक क्वेश्चन और है, जैसे आपने अभी दीपावली की बात चल रही थी,
हाँ।
तो ये गणेश लक्ष्मी हर साल खरीदने चाहिए या ऐसे सिल्वर या किसी के लाके रखने चाहिए? क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ ये हर साल गणेश लक्ष्मी नई खरीदने की परंपरा है।
हाँ।
तो उनको जब विसर्जित करना होता है, हमने एक साल उनकी पूजा की, एक साल फिर वो ऊपर की अलमारी में रखे जाते हैं, उनकी भी पूजा करनी है मुझे, मतलब 2 साल एक की पूजा की। अब उनको हम कैसे कहाँ रख के आए ये समझ में नहीं आता है, तो क्या करना चाहिए? क्या चांदी के गणेश
जल
लक्ष्मी
में ही
लेने चाहिए?
विसर्जन होना चाहिए सुधा जी, वो जल में ही विसर्जन होना चाहिए। वो आप कैसे करते हो वो आपके ऊपर है, लेकिन विसर्जन तो जल में ही होना चाहिए। और
अगर
हाँ पूछिए।
अगर सिल्वर के गणेश लक्ष्मी लेके उनकी हर साल पूजा करनी चाहिए या हर साल ये चेंज करने चाहिए?
मना ही नहीं है, बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई दिस कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ईयरली चेंजिंग केम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस अगेन। देखो हमारे, मैं इसीलिए कहता हूं ना कि एवरीथिंग इज हैज ए पर्पस बिहाइंड इट। आप सोचो, ऑल ऑफ अस All of us, we have enough money and we all buy a gold or silver Lakshmi and Ganesh and kept at home. Think about the people, those who are creating it. उनका क्या होगा? मैंने क्या कहा? You remember that quote that I always speak of? कि कोई गरीब भूखा ना रह जाए त्योहार में, इसीलिए भगवान भी बिक जाते हैं बाजार में.
खुद बिक जाते हैं.
So what was the concept behind it? The concept behind it was very simple. The concept is, when you have to buy a new one, at least that person who was building it, he will have food for his family to eat. उसमें भी भलाई है. Now look at it. I'm not only talking about Lakshmi Ganesh. Let me talk about your things that we do during किसी का बच्चा पैदा हुआ, if a child is born, a marriage happens, then a thread ceremony happens, or somebody dies. Then also we do some rituals. खाना खिलाते हैं लोगों को, वस्त्र दान करते हैं. You know why? What is the reason? लोग तो अपनी सारे उम्र की कमाई, like all that they have got throughout their life, they spend it on these times. Yes or no?
Yes.
शादियों में अपने जीवन भर की कमाई लुटा देते हैं. You know why? Why this concept? Why you should be feeding people? कभी सोचा है आपने? People without knowing, they say you are wasting your money. I say you don't understand the very simple logic behind it. The very simple logic behind it is, throughout your life you have earned, now it is time to give back to the society. Whether you do it knowingly or unknowingly, you have to give it back. आपको देना ही है. क्योंकि जब आपके घर में शादी ब्याह होता है, क्या करते हो आप? You give back to society. That's what you do. आपको लगता है कि मैंने बहुत बड़ा खर्चा करके मैंने अपने बेटी का शादी, बेटे का शादी धूमधाम से किया. नहीं, कुछ धूमधाम से नहीं था. You actually gave back to the society again. क्योंकि जो आपने धूमधाम किया, उसके वजह से किसी के परिवार चला. So it is again not only accumulating. Our culture says it is not only about accumulating. Even if you continue to accumulate, there will be situations in your life where you have to give it back. देखो कितना विस्तार से किया गया है इसको. Even without telling you, they are making you a giver without your knowledge. And that's how business flourishes. That's how communities grow. That's how everything is running. So everything is beautifully knitted. So those were brought into as a things to be done. Okay, सुधा जी, तो क्या कहते हो? चांदी की, चांदी और सोने
नहीं,
की
वो जैसे नहीं, हमारे बड़े लोग जैसे कहते थे, नहीं हर साल चेंज करनी ही है. तो अब ये समझ नहीं आता हर साल चेंज क्यों करनी है. अब आपने समझाया तो समझ
वही
में आ
बता
गया
रहे
क्यों
हैं. वो वही बता रहे हैं कि देखो, एक बात याद रखो, उसके पीछे भी है. देखो, शरीर बदल रहा है, साल दर साल शरीर बदल रहा है, और शरीर को निष्कासित करना ही पड़ेगा. तैयार हो क्या? Are you ready to even discard this body? Because every year your body is changing. Are you ready? Have you done your homework?
इसीलिए मतलब ये हमें दिखाती हैं ये सब चीजें कि ये हो रहा है, ये
Absolutely, these
होना
are
है.
all indications. हम देखना नहीं चाहते, इसलिए समझते नहीं है.
आप सही कह रहे हैं. थैंक यू इतने अच्छे तरीके से समझाने के लिए.
थैंक यू इतने अच्छे सवाल पूछने के लिए.
थैंक यू सुधा
सवाल तो
जी.
बहुत छोटा सा, लेकिन आपने समझाया बहुत अच्छी तरह से. थैंक यू हरि जी.
थैंक यू सुधा जी. अमर जी, प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ.
अमर जी इज बैक.
मानस जी, मैं सोच रहा था लोग थोड़ा कम हो जाएंगे, तो मेरा थोड़ा क्वेश्चन थोड़ा अटपटा सा था. तो पूछना था, 2-3 चीज था, पर लोग तो कम नहीं हो रहे.
हमारे वाले कोई कम नहीं होते.
तो एक्चुअली मेरा पर्सनल था. मैं सोचा था उस दिन आपसे बात करूं, बात नहीं कर पाया. पता नहीं, अभी यही यहाँ पे बोलना था मुझे, तो मैं बोलूंगा. तो 2-3 साल से जैसे आप मेडिटेशन कराते हो, वैसे मैंने करा है कई जगह पे, और मैंने खुद भी किया हुआ है. सेम चीज, मतलब थर्ड आई में आपको ऊपर, आपको मुझे ना डार्क नाइट, अगर आंख बंद करेंगे तो डार्क नाइट जैसा पूरा फुल वहां पे व्हाइट क्लाउड्स जैसे आते हैं, मतलब उसी पोर्शंस में. ठीक है. एंड ये मेरा अभी का नहीं, हो गया 2-3 साल, आपसे पहले जुड़ने से पहले भी था, जुड़ने के बाद थोड़ा ज्यादा हुआ। अभी आपके साथ 2 दिन जो था बहुत ज्यादा था। और बट ये क्या होता है, जैसे मैं कहीं अच्छे जगह पे जाता हूँ, जैसे मैंने केदारनाथ भी जा चुका हूँ, अमरनाथ भी जा चुका, कई सारी जगह जा चुका हूँ। और इवन विपासना भी कर, जो 10 डेज का प्रोग्राम वो भी करा, कई सदगुरु का कोई प्रोग्राम, वो प्रोग्राम में नॉट ओनली योर्स, एवरीवेयर आई हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ सिमिलर एक्सपीरियंसेस, आप यू कैन से।
ओके।
एंड वो थोड़ा जब, बट दैट इज ऑफ हिज ओन, इट्स कमिंग। मैं अभी चाहूं बैठू तो नहीं होता है मेरा। वही हमेशा आपको क्वेश्चन था कि आप चाहो और कोई चाहता तो हो जाता, मेरा क्यों नहीं होता? व्हेन आई कॉल इट एंड आई ट्राई टू डू इट, होता नहीं है। बट 2-4 घंटा, 2-3 दिन के बाद फिर होता है। मतलब मैं जिद्दी से करता हूँ, बट वो क्या अपने मर्जी से 2 दिन के बाद होगा या 2 घंटे 6 घंटे के बाद होगा। बट आपके साथ बैठता हूँ ना, तुरंत होता है। मतलब आप इन्वोक करते हो एंड आई गेट इट। इवन ऑनलाइन भी मैंने किया हुआ आपसे कोर्स, आप इन्वोक करते हो ना, स्ट्रेट पियर्सिंग जैसा आता है। आई कैन सी दैट, आई कैन विजुअलाइज। बट मैं जब चाहता हूँ ना, नहीं होता है।
हाँ,
तो वो थोड़ा मेरा था।
तो प्रॉब्लम क्या है जानते हो अमर जी? मैं ही प्रॉब्लम है।
नहीं आप नहीं सर, मानस जी, मैं सदगुरु के साथ देखा हूँ काफी सारा।
नहीं, वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ। नहीं, आप समझे नहीं, मैंने कहा मैं ही प्रॉब्लम है।
अच्छा, मैं, अच्छा माई सर।
क्योंकि आप जब बैठते हो तो आप मैं बन के बैठते हो, जब मेरे साथ बैठते हो तो मैं नहीं होता। आप समझ रहे हो ना? सो व्हेन यू रिमूव दैट आई, ऑल दैट इज रिमेनिंग इज दैट। तो अब की बार क्या करो, कोई मैं नहीं है, बस बैठा है। कौन बैठा है वो भी नहीं पता कौन बैठा है। Why is he sitting? Even I don't know why he is sitting. What he wants to achieve, I don't know what it wants to achieve. नेगेट, आप रमन महर्षि का बात करते हो ना, तो वो क्या है, नेति नेति प्रोसेस है ना उनका। तो नेति नेति प्रोसेस में डू इट इन ए वेरी टिपिकल वे, बिकॉज यू हैव अ वेरी लॉजिकल माइंड। तो उसके लिए एक ही काम करो, उसको उल्टा पूछो। ये मत पूछो कि मैं कौन हूं, उसको पूछो कि क्या कर रहा है, क्यों कर रहा है, कैसे कर रहा है, क्या चाहिए, क्यों चाहिए। यू डू इट विद दिस वे, आपके लिए बढ़िया काम करेगा। करके देखो, कल मुझे बोलना।
मतलब वही होता है कि, अच्छा दूसरा और एक चीज पूछना था आपसे, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आप जैसा मेडिटेशन करते हो, मतलब आनापाना आप ब्रीदिंग में देखते हो, नहीं तो वहां पे थर्ड आई पे देखते हो, नहीं तो इवन देयर इज अ नावल मेडिटेशन, मतलब आपका नावल ऊपर नीचे होता है, उसको भी आप ध्यान में रखोगे तो वो भी ट्रांस में चले जाओगे आप। आई मीन आई आल्सो, दैट्स आल्सो अनदर वन, आई थिंक ओशो या किसी ने तो करते हैं वो नावल मेडिटेशन, कई लोग करते हैं। और दूसरा है, मैंने मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस बता रहा हूँ, बिकॉज मैंने पैराग्लाइडिंग, पैरासेलिंग, जिप लाइन, रॉक क्लाइंबिंग, माउंटेनिंग, वो सब कुछ मैंने हाथ लगाया, सब में गया मैंने। आई मीन सच ए, मतलब आप बोल सकते हो जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड मास्टर ऑफ नन, मतलब वो पूरा मेरे पे बैठता है। तो
मैं उसको चेंज करना चाहूंगा अमर जी, मास्टर ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड ही इज गॉड।
हाँ वो भी सही है, सही है। तो एक्चुअली क्या होता है ना, अभी वो सब चीज में आप जब थोड़ा पीक में जाते हो, फॉर एग्जांपल व्हेन यू आर इन पैरासेलिंग एंड पैराग्लाइडिंग, वो जो फ्यू मोमेंट्स के लिए ना आपका फ्लाइंग एक्सपीरियंस होता है। yes. आप जो एक ट्रांस में जाते हो, सेम ट्रांस मैंने देखा है,
especially when you are in the flying sky, you are looking at your feet and looking down, and in that moment something happens to you.
करेक्ट। वो एक ट्रांस है। उस ट्रांस मैंने विपासना का कोर्स में भी पाया है, इवन आपके कोर्स में भी पाया है, ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन दोनों में पाया। तो सच ट्रांसेस आर कमिंग ऑफ देयर ओन। मतलब मेरा वो कह रहा, वो साला हमारे कंट्रोल में क्यों नहीं होता, सॉरी, तो हमारे कंट्रोल में क्यों नहीं होता, वो किसी के साथ होता है या कहीं एक्टिविटीज में। जैसे मैंने केदारनाथ जब गया था, व्हेन आई वेंट टू इवन अमरनाथ, उसमें क्या होता है कि सर्टेन स्पेस में आपको वो ट्रांस आते हैं इन द जर्नी, बिकॉज वो जर्नी भी स्ट्रेचेस होता है। एंड व्हेन यू इवन फॉर एग्जांपल हम जाते हैं जो इनका माता का मंदिर जो जम्मू कश्मीर में, जम्मू,
ये जय माता दी,
हाँ जय माता दी,
वैष्णो देवी,
वैष्णो देवी, सॉरी हाँ वैष्णो देवी हुआ या तिरुपति हुआ, वहां पे आप जाते हो, ट्रांस पे रहते हो, ठीक देखने के टाइम आंख बंद कर देते हो। बट इवन इफ दैट इज ओके, बट इवन इफ यू गेट दोज few moments or not even a minutes, few seconds आप बोल सकते हो, those are comes in a flashes. उसको मैं क्यों नहीं मैनिफेस्ट कर सकता हूँ मेरी इच्छा से? मैं चाहता हूँ मेरे को अभी चाहिए तो अभी नहीं होता है, मेरे को वो सब प्रोसेस में जाना पड़ेगा, आपके साथ मिलना पड़ेगा, आप जैसे लोगों के साथ मिलना पड़ेगा, मंदिर जाना पड़ेगा।
Okay.
So my question is how to get that under my control so that I can manifest those things of my own. मेरा जब मन किया मैंने कर दूंगा, जैसे आप कर सकते हो या और कोई कर सकते हो।
So it is very simple. Find your source first. You are just like carrying a adapter with you, and when you are going to those energy levels, you are putting that and getting charged.
Correct.
So you have to understand that it is not only that source that I need an adapter to get connected with. What is your source? Sit down, बैठो एक बार और just analyze कि मैंने इतने सारे करने के बाद भी what is exactly happening to me? What am I seeking? And why am I seeking it? देखो आपके अंदर वो जिज्ञासा है, इसी वजह से शायद आपने सब कुछ कर लिया है अब तक.
हाँ.
But as I said,
उम्र भी हो चुका है, आपको पता है.
हाँ, वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ. वो दिखता नहीं है, वो अलग बात है. So Amarji, what the thing is, especially when we go into so many things, right?
Yes.
After going through so many things, I heard it somewhere. Osho said that, I believe, Amarji. उसने कहा कि अगर आप बचपन से सीख के आए हो और जो कुछ जानते हो अगर वो लेके आके मेरे साथ बैठोगे तो मैं आपको कुछ नहीं सिखा सकता.
करेक्ट. हाँ, ओशो का ही था. इवन वो नावल मेडिटेशन भी ओशो का ही है. नावल मेडिटेशन आपका जो ज्ञान है वो आपके रास्ते का आड़ा बन जाएगा. It will not allow you to go beyond that because you will always have a reference point where you want to go and check, okay, this might be this might be this. अभी देखो, everything has a different place to go. Every process has a different way. But now you have a reference point. अच्छा, मैंने ये किया था, ये हुआ, उसके साथ ये किया था, ये हुआ, इसके साथ ये किया था, वो हुआ. अब प्रोसेसेस बंद कर दो. नो प्रोसेस फॉर यू. ओके, कोई प्रोसेस नहीं है आपके लिए. खाली बैठो, किसी का प्रोसेस फॉलो करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You know what will happen? It is not going to be easy, but you will find your own pathway. Apo dipo bhava, apo duipo bhava. You become your own light and you become your own island. Because in that moment, what you have to do is, you don't have to discard yourself, you have to discard your knowledge. कुछ क्षण के लिए बैठो, चुप बैठो. And don't even think like I should do this process. अच्छा, इस process में मुझे फायदा होता है, should I do this? No, nothing. I will just sit. मैं खाली बैठूंगा, कुछ process नहीं करूंगा. You just sit. And you see how your own knowledge, wisdom that is already ingrained in you will help you find your own source. मैं कहता हूं कुछ भी करने का जरूरत नहीं है. Are you ready for that? Anyone in this room? I can even give you experience by not doing anything. But what I ask from you is, you should not be doing anything, not even thinking. Very difficult.
Can you see? That's where it is. It is not difficult. It is again, Amarji, so many people told you it is difficult. You accepted that.
Yes.
People say, stopping your thought is not possible. I say I will do like this and your thoughts will vanish. Then what? Check.
For momentary, I mean, it gets stopped.
Can you see? Because after that you will pull it again. So it is not difficult. You have accepted it to be difficult. I say accept it is as easy. The most easiest thing that you can do is stop your thoughts. Try.
Maybe, I mean, many thoughts, many experiences are coming in as a bar.
Right. Can you see that? That is becoming your own hurdle. I have been creating walls around me to safeguard myself, but that has become my own dungeon. That's what I say. मैंने दीवार बनाया अपने आप को सुरक्षित रखने के लिए, क्यों? लेकिन अब वही दीवार मेरे लिए जेल खाना बन गया है. All my thoughts. So now break everything. Break everything, every single thing. Then only you will create something new. You will find your pathway. And why not? Don't you have been created by the God itself? Don't you know what it is? Don't you, how to tell that? एक ही चीज बोलना चाहता हूं अमर जी, बैठो, discard all processes, including even what I told you. You just
process बताते हो, आप बोलते हो, फिर process को ही discard कर दो.
I am the most dangerous person. That's what I said. मैं ही बताऊंगा और मैं ही तोड़ दूंगा उसे. Because it's just like this. There is a connecting bridge from one side of the bank of the river to the other side of the bank of the river. When you cross over the bridge is required or not? The bridge is required to cross over, but beyond that, you don't carry the bridge on your head. Bridge को छोड़ देते हो. So if you have gone to a certain place, leave that behind. Sit quietly, not doing anything. कुछ भी नहीं करना है. सोच आ रहा है, even don't fight with the thought. Let the thought float there. जैसे आपने कहा कि I'm focusing on my third eye, all that I see is clouds. even sit there, look at those clouds and see. When you look at the clouds, remember one thing, that is not the sky.
माना जी जब आप फ्लाइट पे जाते हो जैसे देखते हो ना क्लाउड्स डीप
That's what I'm saying.
वही आता है क्लाउड्स मतलब
So
मुझे
that's
समझ
what
में
I'm
नहीं
saying,
आता
Amarji. When you look at the clouds, when that images of cloud is happening, don't focus on the clouds because they are still clouds. Focus on the sky. Where is the sky? Because the many people look at the clouds thinking it to the sky, but it is not. Sky is something beyond. Now, when all these thoughts are coming into that place, focus from where that thought is coming, where is it floating, and you will, of course, immediately see the sky. क्योंकि कहाँ पे बादल जो बस जा रहा है वो कहाँ जा रहा है, किस में जा रहा है? It is floating in the sky. But if I want to only focus on the cloud, I will only see the cloud, but it is floating in the sky. So your thought that is coming to you, from where is it coming? On what source all these thoughts are? Just try now.
वो ब्लू स्काई नहीं है, ब्लैक कलर का पूरा ब्लैक रहता है.
Doesn't matter. Who said sky is blue? Who said that?
एंड मे बी मेरे साथ एक बार या दो बार लाइफ में कलर आया था, दैट इज वन लेह लद्दाख में आया था, और एक बार मुझे याद नहीं है, बट अदरवाइज कलर्स आई डोंट गेट एनी टाइम. ओनली वर दैट व्हाइट पैच ऑफ क्लाउड्स, दैट्स इट. वो 2 साल से हो रहा है और कुछ आगे ही जा नहीं पा रहा हूँ, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा.
Because you have to break that. Now it is time to break that. If you break that, you will go beyond it.
उसके बियॉन्ड है क्या मुझे पता नहीं.
You don't have to think on that. You just have to let go of it. ऐसे छोड़ दो कि if it is coming right now, I'm done with this. Let go of it. I'll even not even think about my third eye, even not think about my clouds, nothing. I'll just sit. Just sit.
Maybe that. Yeah, I was just trying to understand. ये सब सही है या मेरा मन का भ्रम है?
Don't try to even understand.
हाँ.
What will you understand? Because you cannot understand the formless by using a form. It's just like you look at a pizza, it comes in a square box, looks a circle, but when you eat it is a triangle. What will you tell about it? And that's how our mind does. Just one and the foremost simple thing, Amarji, letting go. All that I have heard, all that I have learned, I have already done that. I am not that anymore. I'm even free of those. Just think like this. All these are milestones. The milestone is not the place. The milestone is an indication that you are traveling in the right path. The clouds, the space in the third eye is also an indication that you are going somewhere. But if you stick to that milestone, will you ever reach that place?
मानस भाई, उस पे एक थर्स्ट रहता है कि हाँ मैं और भी करूं, और भी नया वैरायटी देखूं, और भी नया एक्सपीरियंस.
But who is having that thirst? Now think of, is it the thirst that is keeping you away, or is it the thirst that is taking you there? इसमें भी बहुत डिफरेंस है. Are you seeing that?
Correct, correct.
It is here. You have to understand a very simple, एक बहुत simple line है उसके बीच में. It says, I want this, I want this, I want this. I will completely. तो क्या होता है? You are not able to do that. But there is also another thing. I want to do this, but for the ultimate. So here, dropping all your knowledge, all your wisdom, not easy, Amarji. बहुत मुश्किल होता है. But if you are diligent, it will happen, and it will happen like a fraction of a second. क्योंकि आप इतने सारे चीजें कर चुके हो, it will help you. Rather than becoming a blocking stone, it will help you. So only thing, भाई मैंने जो सीखा, जो जाना, I just put it here for some time. मैं निकाल के रख देता हूँ यहाँ पे. I am just sitting. दिगंबर जानते हो ना? वही बन के बैठना है. Not of clothes, but of thoughts. कपड़ों से नहीं, मन से दिगंबर होकर बैठो. Of getting off all my thoughts, I just sit here. I just sit under the tutelage, under the only the presence of the omnipresent. I am here right now. I am ready for you. Accept me. Do that and you see what happens. What is happening?
मतलब वो ज्ञान ही प्रॉब्लम दे रहा है. बहुत जानना भी बेकार है. कुछ मत जानो, एक ही मेथड में रह जाओ बस। तो फिर लोग बोलेंगे ना यू आर अंडर वेल, अब सागर देखा नहीं है तो मैं सागर महासागर
नहीं 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 नहीं, तो
वो सब
कितना
देखना,
देखोगे, कितना देखोगे बोलो।
जितना देख सकते हैं लाइफ।
हाँ, तो वो कबीर जी के लाइन है ना, बुरा जो देखण में चला, मैं कहता भगवान जो देखण में चला, भगवान न मिलिया कोई, जो मन देखो आपनो, भगवान इसी में होई। So all that I was searching was not there, was all in here me. And all that was clogging it was all my own creation. And the day I drop my creation, all that I am is that. So अमर जी, सारे चीजों को क्या करो, ऐसे उतार के रख लो। सारे आभूषण जो पहन के घूमते हो ना, वो सब निकालो। My work, my experience, my designation, my money, all that, put it out.
नहीं वो सब मेरा ऐसा प्राउडनेस नहीं है।
नहीं नहीं, मैं वो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ। You see, again, you remember that this sticker looks good on you. वही हो रहा है।
इसलिए मैं सोचा तो 1-to-1 बात करूंगा, बिकॉज़ वो ग्रुप में रहे तो लोग सोचेंगे क्या है, कुछ भी बोल
नहीं
रहा
नहीं
है।
नहीं 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 नहीं, this group is not like that भाई। अगर वैसा होता तो these people would have run away somewhere, अभी चले गए होते। देखो कोई भी नहीं हिला अभी तक, उतने के
मैं
उतने
वही
ही
देख रहा था, इसलिए मैं लास्ट पे रखा था क्वेश्चन। 20-25 रहेंगे तो मैं बात कर लूंगा आपसे।
है। तो क्या होगा? So why do you want to hide what you want to learn? What you want to learn should be learned in open space so that everybody realizes in your question. आपके सवाल नहीं होते, आपके सवाल कई लोगों के सवाल होते हैं। Right? So go ahead, खेलो जाके। अब तक मन खेल रहा था, अब छोड़ दो सब। बोला कि नहीं, ये भी नहीं चाहिए मुझे, मुझे कोई कलर नहीं चाहिए, मुझे भगवान भी नहीं चाहिए, मैं जस्ट बैठना चाहता हूँ, शांति से बैठना चाहता हूँ। आई जस्ट वॉन्ट टू सिट क्वाइटली, नथिंग एल्स। और देखना, वो जब शांति में बैठ जाओगे तो भगवान अपने आप दिखेगा। बाकी
देखते हैं।
जैसे रोज भूख लगता है, खाना खाने के लिए जाते हो अलग अलग जगह पे, अलग अलग रेस्टोरेंट में, गो, नो प्रॉब्लम विद दैट, बट योर स्पेस शुड नॉट बी टच्ड बाय एनीवन। योर स्पेस शुड बी अ सेक्लूडेड वन। नोबडी शुड एंटर योर प्लेस। और वैसे भी अमर जी, घर का खाना अच्छा लगता है या होटल का?
होटल का तो अच्छा लगेगा।
हाँ, लेकिन शरीर के लिए अच्छा कौन सा है?
खाना ही घर का होना।
हाँ, तो वैसे ही हर जगह घूम लो, हर जगह सीख लो, तब जाके लास्ट में पता चलेगा कि जो ढूंढा, जो सोचा, जो समझा, कहीं नहीं था, यहीं था। और वो यहीं आप ही हो। योर होम इज यू। वही मैं बताना चाहता हूँ, वही मैं याद दिलाना चाहता हूँ आपको। ऑल दैट यू आर सर्चिंग, all that place you want to go might be an indication, but everything will indicate just like to you. Amar ji, that happiness that you are searching, वो है ना, वो मृग
तृष्णा। हाँ,
मृग तृष्णा।
पूरा दुनिया घूमेगा फिर बाद में देखेगा अपने पास।
हाँ, तो आपका वही हाल हो चुका है। लेकिन अच्छा है कि पूरी दुनिया घूम चुके, तो अभी एक ही जगह बाकी है। कहाँ
नहीं,
देखना?
कैलाश जाना बाकी है, वो मैंने
नहीं, वो जाओ, नो प्रॉब्लम। कैलाश तो अपने अंदर पहले बनाओ।
हाँ,
Okay, so
चलो,
thank you Amar ji, thank you so much everyone for being here today, burning your late night oils or your daytime candles, it doesn't matter, right Shivji? So whatever it is, thanking you all for being here, and I think one more retreat should be there, huh? Hari bhai बोले भाई।
Yes. No, I am ready.
Chalo, no problem. We'll see something.
Yes.
But we'll take some time now. Not that close. Chalo. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for your beautiful, amazing questions. And I believe, again, the student of yours was able to answer well in your questions and passed with good colors. Right, नीलिमा जी? कि अच्छा आंसर देके नहीं, बच्चे ने सही उत्तर दिया. So thank you all my teachers. Thank you for being there, and thank you for reminding me how amazing I am, because every time I write a good answer, you make me feel like, okay, I'm worth it. So thank you for your questions, and thank you for your appreciation towards my answers, and thank you for passing me to the next class. 80-second class is over. So I'll show up again to my teachers with their questions for another test. Till then, thank you. Aham Brahma.